Dibben's the small, the one who burned and froze me.
It was an accident.
It was one right after the other. He burned me with fire and then he froze me with ice spells, and it was like, seriously, dude?
My bad.
Yeah.
That was my first time playing a bard, and I insulted someone because they were like burning because we set the camp on fire.
Forest on fire.
They were all like evaders or something, and so we were burning it down, and this guy was like, it was the last one left, and he's like, why are you doing this? And I looked at him, and I just went, because you suck. And then he turned to ash and floated away. It was amazing.
You suck.
Insulted him into oblivion.
Every time I watch that animated spellbook episode about shared memories. I bet you're playing that part of the game right now, and I'm like, yes I am. Thanks back to being burned.
Burned, and then you turn around, and then you get frozen.
It was, yeah. I got burned, I turned around to get mad at you, and then I got frozen.
That means there's a small ring around your sides that's perfectly habitable.
Fantastic. Are these not simply laid knuckles?
I'm just like, now I'm like that one planet from Ben 10,
Yeah.
where the Necrophrygea, or whatever, and half of it is basically just on fire, and the other half of it is basically frozen.
Yeah, there's a real planet like that.
Alrighty. Well, I'm ready. So last we left off, you guys were headed down the river, or
yes. Following the flow of the river, see if it leads us anywhere. It's the only lead we have, and it came from a twig blight, which are evil. So you know, it's going great.
It came from a dead twig blight.
so you both
give us direction.
Sorry.
Well, it died soon after, didn't it? God, my nose. I want to scratch so much. You don't understand. Or maybe you do. It's just awful.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you guys are headed downriver, and so
in my
you
black cloak, in my black horse.
Those are your bright green halfling.
A top hat with a clover, 4-leaf clover sticking out of it.
So confusing thing ever. I'm looking at it, as evil as heck, and I have a leprechaun riding behind me.
Yeah. So that's right. I'm trying to remember all the things that I was like, I want to do this, and this, and I forgot.
All this.
Yes, I want that. And that. I'm sorry. This was very sprung on me, so I was not prepared.
Well,
I jumped into a party chat and a robot was like, ready to do D&D tonight? And I was like, what?
well, yes.
I guess.
Well, I mean, you could have said no.
I could have, but you seemed like you were really excited, and I was like, I guess.
It's also partially
something like
my
the day
fault.
after our last one, because I thought we were going to do it the next day, and things just didn't turn out well.
I was excited because now I can have Chris finally stop asking me about it.
Yeah, like I said, it's partially my fault, 'cause I was the one who wanted to know, hey, what we're gonna do with D&D. I want to do that D&D thing.
Yeah, we really like your campaign. You're doing an amazing job.
Thank you. The next one we do the next one I DM is going to be a hardcore survival one.
Oh Oh, Jesus.
like a wilderness survival type.
So, I have a couple that I have 3 that I'm thinking about making. One's going to be a steampunk adventure, another one's just going to be one long, horrible dungeon crawl, and the other one's going to be a mystery. Like a sort of detective type thing.
Alright, so you guys are walking down river, to your galloping. Alright, to your left is... Okay, just because you're on a horse doesn't mean it's galloping. Horses have varying speeds, you know. They don't have one setting.
One
There's
setting.
not like an on and off. It's not like an on and off switch where off is like it's stopped, it's not moving, and on is full speed.
The horse just shuts down.
Moving as fast as I can down the river.
Alright, so to your right is this river. So you guys are headed west now. So to your right is a river, very wide and quite big. To your left is the forest jungle type thing that has like mixes of everything inside of it. It's still covered in spider webs, and there's still webbing on the ground that you're walking through, which actually slows your movement, so you can't actually be galloping. Yeah, because it's a category called difficult terrain.
I know. Can I put my ring of water walking somewhere on the horse so that it can run on the river?
Tell me how you would put a ring of water walking on a horse, and we'll see if you can do that.
So I'm sitting on the back, have the horse's tail in my hand, and I want to string the ring through the hair of the horse's tail.
Alright, I'll let you do that.
Okay.
I like that, that's clever.
Okay.
You
Hooray.
used your inspiration point, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I still have it.
I thought you used it for, You said you were gonna use it to shove the thing in the bag.
Oh. I don't remember, but I'll take it away.
Well, leave it there, because I was just gonna give you re-give you the point of inspiration, because I like you using your item in that way.
Okay.
Well, I have no idea what's happening. I'm just, moving forward on this horse. I have no idea what you're doing.
Now we're riding on a river.
Oh, no, we're not. You haven't told me
no, we're
about
not.
it.
Okay, I want to tell Theragal, hey, steer us into the river so we could walk on the river.
I just turned behind me and looked like, what? You're an idiot? How do you do that?
I put my ring on the horse's tail so we can now walk gallop at full speed on the river. So we can get off these spider webs.
That could possibly work. Well, you're using your brain for once, I see. Fine, let's go gallop on this river then.
Alright.
And as you turn your horse into the river, hooves clop on top of the river, and it's almost as if it's a solid road. And you are able to run on the river at full speed. As you're going, you notice some glimmering, kind of shiny things in the water.
Oh, no.
And then you start seeing them on the land that you are no longer walking on.
Is it more crabs?
No, it's not. It's not golden. It's very colorful.
Aptly, we shall inspect these colorful, glowing crystals, whatever they may be. It could be
Not
sources.
glowing. They're like sparkling, and you see sparkles in the water.
Well, we shall go to land to inspect these sparkles.
Right. I
Gallop towards the sparkles towards land.
jump.
Okay.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
get off the horse, approach one of these sparkles, and I'm going to, I guess, kind of. See, I'm looking through my backpack for anything long.
You have a rope.
Would you like to just make an investigation check from the horse? Or?
Oh, I was gonna
I
like
shall get
poke.
off the horse as well and investigate this. You know, the halfling is too timid to get closer.
Well, I was gonna just like hit one with my crowbar, I guess. Let's see what happens.
Don't do it.
You're gonna hit a random shining light that you see. I was gonna just tell you that it's, you see crystals. The ground has lots of crystals.
I want to hit them and put the crystals in my
You see more
inventory.
crystals. You want to hit the crystals?
I want to hit the crystals to break them, and so I can have crystals in my inventory.
Okay, can
We
you
can simply
do...
pick up the crystals.
Well, they're like in mounds attached to the ground, right?
Yeah.
No. Are they? No.
There's kind of like chunks of them, but they seem to be like, let's just say there's a few chunks in one area, and then there's like another area with another few chunks, and you can kind of see they're in batches type of thing.
And I'm over here beating it with a crowbar.
This might not be a wise idea. These creatures slumbering on the ground with crystals on their back. We did not just long ago come upon a turtle with crystals on its back.
I'm gonna hit it anyways.
And as you're doing that, swinging the crystal on the, swinging your crowbar at these crystals that you see coming out of the ground rumbles beneath you and starts to kind of move.
Mm-hmm.
But just where you're standing, like just the immediate area.
Just the immediate area.
Did I get any?
Immediately back off from the shaking area and prepare for combat, just in case.
Did I get any crystals off of this mound? That's my concern.
Okay, let me see.
I wanted to do a strength roll.
I'm going to
Yeah, you managed to break a little bit of a crystal off of the chunk. As you're just kind of sitting there tapping with your crowbar, like thunk, thunk, thunk. A little bit of it comes off.
Oh, I remember what they might be. They might be crystal turtles. Another one.
Yeah, or a bunch of them.
And, so you did break some of it off, and it's lying on the ground now, because you didn't pick it up.
Great. I'm gonna go pick it up.
And as you're picking it up, the ground beneath you, you suddenly feel like you are being, like the ground is rising beneath you, and you are no longer on the ground. You are now standing on the back of a giant crystallized spider.
Crystal spiders.
Well, I backed out of there preparing for combat, so I should probably get an advantage on initiative
Alright.
for fighting this thing.
So, yes, that's what I was gonna say. I would like you guys to roll initiative. Yes, since you were prepared for combat, I will give you that advantage because you were ready.
Yeah! I got 14.
Oh, you have to roll twice and pick the
Oh, yeah, I have to roll
beginning.
twice. Yeah.
Yeah,
I crit 20.
sweet. So you're gonna
I'm
go
so ready.
first.
I rolled a 2.
Oh, yeah. You don't even know what's going on. You just saw you rose, like, huh?
Yeah, I got surprised.
Alright, so we've got Theragal, we've got Crystal Spider, and we've got Angus.
The first roll of the session,
So
and I
we've
roll a
got
2.
Theragal standing with
It looks
the
like
horse.
Angus is up
there.
for a good day.
Alright, so up first is Theragal.
You know what? I wanna... I don't know what tough this thing is. I want to try using. I haven't used it at all. And you know, this. How big is the spider? It's a big spider, right?
It's a large spider, yes.
Maybe I should save this. I'll save it for another time. All right. I do firebolt.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
One d10. It does 1d10 of damage, and I have 6 advantage. I think. Right? What was it? Yeah, it was 6. It's plus 4 plus 2. Yeah, it's plus 6. 1d20. I got 12. That's my final. Did I hit it? Dang!
You did not. This fireball bounced off of it harmlessly. It did nothing.
Uh-oh. Well, good luck. Oh, this probably doesn't even know about where Angus is because it's on top of it.
So the spider has now turned to look at you, as you have now just thrown fire at it. And it's going to go ahead and spit out some webbing at you, and let's see how that goes.
I have an armor class of 17.
18.
Ah, you lucky spider.
Man, I can't believe that. Alright, so you are now restrained by webbing. And you'll have to, okay. You have to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, me?
Yep.
Constitution saving throw. 1d20, right?
Mm-hmm. Plus
What's
whatever your
my
Constitution modifier is.
Constitution? Where is it? It's plus 1, and I got 12! So 13. My final's 13.
Perfect, you are fine. You're just entangled by webbing.
Okay, I guess something else would have happened if I got... if I didn't get that.
Maybe. And with that, it is Angus's turn.
Alright.
Just yell, Pink, do something!
I wish to attempt, from where I am, I wish to attempt to blind the spider by stabbing its eyes with a dagger.
Alright. Let's see how well that goes.
Alright, so what would I be rolling for?
Whatever your dagger's attack is.
Oh, okay. It would be a strength attack, which is plus 0. I rolled an 18! Did I get it?
Beautiful. You hit.
Hooray! And then my dagger... Actually, I have to go look at it. Hold on. Dagger...
You got blinded by stabbing in the eyes.
Oh! Did I do a sneak attack? Since if the spider didn't know that I was on top of it.
No, the spider knew. That's why it got up in the first place.
Oh, okay.
It just chose to focus its attention on the thing that was currently throwing fire at it.
I dealt 5 damage to it. Did I blind it?
Hold on, let me see. Okay, so you managed to successfully stab this thing in one of its many eyes.
Oh. I forget that spiders have eyes. Can I stab it again?
How much damage does that do to it?
I did 5 damage.
You did 5 damage. Hold on, you didn't move and you've got a bonus action, so yeah.
Alright. I realize that there is more eyes, so I'm going to stab it again. Ooh.
Hopefully in a different eye.
Actually, I'm not sure. I want to like secure myself to the top of the spider so I can continue stabbing it in further turns. So, is there a way I can tie myself? Like I wanna use my
jagged crystals sticking out of it. Funny to hold on to.
I wanna have regular rope to tie myself to the spider.
You want... Okay, so you're gonna spend the rest of your turn tying yourself to a spider.
I'm gonna spend the rest of my turn
Okay,
tying
I like
myself
this.
to the top of
This
the
is
spider.
becoming very interesting. This is exactly why I gave
See?
you guys items, because this is hilarious.
I'm
I like
using-
this. This is great.
I'm using my climbing
You know,
ability.
If I could,
I don't even know what's happening. That's what I'm all wrapped up, but I just suddenly feel disappointment come upon me.
I can't do it because I'm about to eat.
Alright,
It's in my hallway, right in front
Okay.
of my bed rack.
so I'm gonna tie myself to the spider. So, what do I roll for that?
beautiful. No, I'm just gonna.
Are you gonna give it?
Can you make a dexterity check on that?
Ah, dexterity! Heck yeah! Boom! Roll the 6! Crap! Can I use my inspiration point to tie myself to the spider?
Use your inspiration point. If this succeeds, I'm giving you another inspiration point because this is hilarious and I love it.
I want to use my inspiration point. Alright, roll the 19! Heck yeah!
Perfect. You secure yourself to that spider and you begin to wonder if you're ever going to be able to untie it.
I'm not focusing on that now. If I can't untie it, the spider sure can't. And I'm like in a safer place because the spider can't reach me.
That's true.
Yeah.
You are
well,
thoroughly
I'm
stuck
currently
to the
wrapped
back
up
of this spider.
No, I am.
You have thoroughly stuck yourself to the back of this spider.
I am the Angus, the spider rider. Really?
I don't think you can even do anything else strapped is he?
I tied my feet to it.
Yeah, he's basically secured himself to the back so he can move on it, but he's not going to get tossed off of it.
Yeah.
Is basically the point here.
That's my
So with that, it comes back around to Theragal's turn, and you are trapped, restrained in this webbing. Now, you can make a strength check to try and free yourself of this webbing, unless you have some other kind of way that you want to try and destroy it.
well, I have fire.
You could try.
Because, my strength's -1. I don't think I have much left there. Let's see, or maybe Ray of Frost, maybe I can somehow freeze it away?
You do also have a sickle.
That I do. Can I use my sickle to cut through the web?
Is your sickle equipped to you at the moment?
Yeah, it says equipped.
Alright, then I'll let you do it. Since you
Alright.
already have it equipped, therefore you already have it, like, readied, and you didn't have to, like, grab it from somewhere.
No, it's alright.
Sorry.
Alright, so I do a roll. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Go
I'll roll.
ahead. You can roll.
I got a 15.
Wait, does your sickle have, like, stats for, like, attacking, or? Because that's basically what I'm gonna do
Please take
here.
the trash out now, or I will take
It says reach 5 feet. Proficient, yes. Attack type, melee. A damage type is slashing. And damage is 1d4.
Alright. 1d4 it is.
Oh, I have to damage this, see if I actually damage it? Are you serious? Dang.
Yeah. You're attacking webbing.
I got 4, but I got
Alright,
strength
you-
-1, so just 3.
No. Oh, okay. That's your modifier. Alright, so the webbing has this much HP.
So what did I
and
miss?
you did
Sorry.
3.
I was getting yelled at.
Okay. You have managed to make a little nick, and you have started to cut away at the webbing. But you are not
Just
quite
right.
through yet.
do something actually. Well, the
Okay.
spider notices I'm still.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot that you have to make a,
Oh dear. Horse, save me!
yeah, on a strength check, if you beat it, you just burst out, with this type of thing, you have to just basically whittle away its HP with what you're doing.
Alright, let's see, well, 1d20. I've got 12.
That'll work.
Nice.
You're fine. This moves on to the spider's turn, and the spider is going to... Let's see, what is this spider going to do?
Hey,
Probably
cat.
scream in pain, seeing it's been stabbed in the eye.
Yeah, it is kind of been stabbed in the eye, so it is going to be quite panicky and basically very upset. Oh,
I
oops,
didn't do it, I wrapped up the weapon. You can't blame me, spider.
That didn't do it, so, the spiders, oh geez, the spider can't really bite Angus, because Angus is sitting on top of it.
This is tied to it.
So the spider has no choice but to come up to Theragal.
No.
And
Leave it alone.
No, it doesn't. Says Theragal. Does Theragal want to do a persuasion roll?
Persuade the DM not... Persuade the spider to not want to come over to me.
not want to come over to you? Nope, the spider definitely wants to come over to you, and it's gonna try and bite you.
Why? Don't bite me. What do I do? I have armor class 17, so I think... Come on.
Yeah, let's see if the spider actually manages to get.
Should be rolling on an advantage because he's entangled.
Oh, don't worry, it is.
Oh.
What did he get?
Oh, he rolled the same number twice. What are the odds? He failed both times.
Ah! You cannot pierce the armor of Theragal!
Theragal.
So, the spider basically bites down and nothing, like it doesn't manage to penetrate. Through one, its own webbing, and two, you, your armor, so...
That's right, spider. My robes are impenetrable.
Okay,
But it did bite down on you, and this isn't how it's written up in the statistics, but I think because it bit at you and you're in the web, that it does damage the web. So I am going to do that. Let's see if it would hit the web. So here we go. This is a... Okay, so the web is more torn than you see, like the tears. It's got more tears in it, and it seems even weaker than it was before.
Right now.
This makes it Angus's turn.
Alright, I wanna attempt to continue blinding it, because its eyes are like the soft spot, right? So...
Doesn't it have like 6 eyes or 8?
It has 8 eyes, but I can stab it twice on my turn. So I'm gonna do that.
It now has 7 eyes, though.
It now has 7 eyes. I want to stab 2 of its 7 eyes.
Alright, you'll have to make rolls for each stab.
Got it. So, oh, I got a 19.
Perfect.
So I hit 1. And my next roll, I rolled another 19.
Perfect. So you hit both times.
Yeah.
You're gonna stab 2 more eyes out.
Yeah. You're gonna stab your eye out, kid. Oh, where'd my D3 go? Oh well, I'll just use this other D3. Alright. So, my D3 got lost in the chaos.
What is a D3?
It is an impossible shape. It's an impossible shape with only, like, it's a 3-dimensional shape, but it only has 3 sides.
Anyway,
Yeah.
moving along.
Okay, so I hit one eye for 5, and then I hit the other eye for 6.
Okay. That brings it down to... Perfect. This is nice. Okay, so the spider rears up in pain as you stab it through the eyes, and normally you would fall off the back of this spider, but because you've tied yourself on, you simply slide to the back of the spider, and as it comes back down on all 8 of its legs, you just kind of wobble around, and now you're on the back of the spider. So this makes it Theragol's turn.
Alright, can I do the strength check thing, but have an advantage and see how it's damaged?
Yeah, because the web is mostly damaged, so yes.
Alright. Aha, that's a good one. Alright, I got a 14. That's my final.
That's perfect. So you bust out of the webbing, and you are free from it. The spider's kind of wiggling around in pain in front of you, as Angus has just stabbed 2 more of its eyes out. And you see Angus thoroughly attached to the back of the spider, kind of being shaken around, but he's still securely mounted on top. He tied some solid knots.
Yeah.
Nice, solid knots. Alright, so is it still my turn, or is that my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn. It's your turn still.
I throw a firebolt at its face.
Alright.
Alright, let's see. 1d20 coming right up, plus 6. I got 19. That's my plus 6 is just beyond it.
You've definitely hit this guy's face.
Alright, now I do 1 d10 of fire damage. Boom. 8.
8. Alright, this guy's face...
Wait, where's my charisma -4? What the heck? It should be more than that. What happened to it? Why is my charisma so low? My charisma's 3.
What happened to your stats?
I don't know, my charisma. I looked at my charisma, it's 3. It's way higher.
Oh no.
Let me mess with my stats. I did 8, I did 8 fire damage to it. I'll just mess with it, just give me a moment. You keep going.
Yeah, oh, you did 8 fire damage?
Yeah, 8 fire damage to its face.
Alright, that's absolutely perfect. So the fireball hits it in the face, it screeches in pain, and then collapses to the ground. Dead.
Oh, yes! I killed it! There it goes, victorious!
Perfect, kill, too. Right at 8. It was beautiful.
We didn't take any damage.
Nope. You guys did great. You did fantastic.
I want to use...
You did fantastic. Against something that is a lower level than you. Congratulations.
Hooray!
Yay! Did we level up?
No.
I doubt it. I wanna use my knife to cut...
Well, good thing I didn't
the
use
crystals.
my walker. Nope, wait, don't cut it! Oh, that's like you're talking about the rope.
I was gonna cut the crystals out of the thing.
Yes, I'm gonna do... okay, so you wanna cut the crystals out, right? So I'm gonna do a quick... I don't like that. I think you deserve more than that. Perfect. Okay, I'm sorry. I was rolling a d6 to determine how many crystals you pulled out of it, and it rolled a 2, and I was like, well, that's just kind of ridiculous. You deserve far more than that, so I gave you 5 crystals.
Yay!
Nice.
Do these crystals have any special properties?
You impressed me with your mad, crazy schemes, tying yourself to the top, so I gave you advantage on how many crystals you got.
Nice.
So you get 5 chunks of crystals. Would you like, let's see there, you got like 3 blue ones and 2 red ones, and they're beautiful, and They're just some of the most beautiful crystals you've ever seen.
3x
And,
blue crystals. Do these crystals have any special properties?
Not that you can tell, they're just beautiful crystals.
Got it.
But you see more chunks of crystals in similar clusters to the ones that you approached for these, these ones. And you can kind of assume that there's probably more buried spiders. And you also see different, more crystals, but in like different chunks, like more of like a whole crystalled, I don't want to use that word because that would give it away. More of like a crystal, like a bigger, not like a bigger chunk of crystal, but it's all one solid chunk. Instead of seeing groups of crystals, you just see like chunks of crystal individually in the water. They're a little bit smaller.
Crystal crabs. Can I do an investigation roll?
Turtles, maybe. Wait, I'm still looting the body of the spider. Is there anything spider?
Let me see. Let me think about this. I mean, you see all the normal parts of the spider, except for that its back had crystal chunks on it, and the back looks kind of like the ground. And its fangs are actually sparkly, so they seem to be a little bit crystally too.
Can I take its webbing?
Can you take its webbing?
Yeah.
To like dissect it and pull out the webbing inside of it?
Yes.
Think there could be a medicine
Take
roll?
its web goo.
It's like performing surgery?
I will give you a unit of webbing. I'm gonna determine. I'm trying to think how much web would be in a unit of webbing.
A wand of web was inside of it. I was looking at the items.
How long is a rope? A standard rope?
The standard rope? I'm gonna look at my equipment. Inventory.
Yeah, because you have one.
50 feet.
Yeah.
That seems a little ridiculous.
Maybe 25 feet.
That's what I was gonna say. I think I'll give you half that footage in webbing, so you can have 25 feet of web.
25 feet of web.
Now that's 25 feet if you stretched it out to make a rope. But because it's kind of like in the spider, it's not like a string yet.
You could use it
So
like a
it's kind
web
of like
grenade.
just like a solid chunk of webbing.
I just
You
like
could, if you really wanted to, you could like stretch it out to a rope. Or you
like
could basically morph it into whatever you want to shape it into.
I like to imagine that he has to like squeeze it out like a ketchup bottle.
You're just staring at me. I'm like, what? What are you looking at?
Can I cut its fangs off again?
You're still tied
Yeah,
to the spider.
you can take
Oh,
the two
I'm pretty sure I could reach its fangs.
crystal fangs from the spider.
Alright. So
Two
more.
crystal fangs from the spider.
I'll put it in my possession. Crystal fangs.
Alright, I'll add a custom item
Now,
chunk of
as
weapon.
you look at the crystal fangs of the spider, you wonder if the effects of its bite might be different than the ones that you're already using as poison daggers.
I want to turn one. I want to dismantle one of my poison daggers and have the other poison dagger, the crystal one.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
That works.
In case it's like just a lame poison dagger.
You just gotta remember that you have one that's a poison and one that's a crystal.
Yeah, I'll customize one of my poison daggers and put quotation marks crystallized.
Is there any way like you can add like an effect to it?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'll have to go through and look at that. I want to give you So what this does is when a crystal spider bites you instead of poisoning you, whatever its target is has to succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or if they fail, the bite causes light petrification in the form of crystal to the wounded area that lasts for 2 hours.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Alright. I named it Crystal Dagger. I don't know where I can add that.
I think I'll have to go in later and make a custom item for you, but that'll work. For now, as long as you remember that it's a crystal one, I can come back to this effect later.
Yeah, I'm not gonna use my poison daggers on these spiders because they might be immune. I'm gonna do a dex. Oh, wait, do I have to do a dex roll to untie my knot?
No, I can help you there. I tell the rope of untying to untie.
I used a regular rope.
You used a regular rope.
Oh, well then, yeah, you're gonna have to untie yourself and cut it.
No, I'm just gonna, well, yeah, do a dexterity check to see if you can untie this rope.
So if it was a rope you can just simply tell it to untie.
I rolled a 15.
Alright, I'll give it to you. You somehow managed to undo the fantastic knot you did to secure yourself to the back of this spider. And you count your lucky stars because you know if you hadn't been able to untie it, you would have lost that rope.
Yeah, or at least the length of the rope.
You would have had to cut it. You would have had half a rope.
Yeah.
Well, no, because then you would have to untie it from yourself, too.
I would have had 2 ropes.
2 half-sized ropes.
Smaller ropes.
Yeah, 2 smaller ropes. Okay,
Fantastic.
now that we've butchered the spider. Oh wait, can I get some spider meat?
You wanna
You can,
I want to make a
take-
spider sandwich.
I don't see spiders as having a lot of meat on them as
Well,
as
we can fry
creatures,
up.
but they're large. This is like
They're just
a
mostly
large thing,
poisonous.
so you can take the spider meat, but it's not ready for eating.
Just like the crab meat. That was okay. I'll add spider meat into my other possessions. Okay, so
If
maybe
you can figure out a way to ready it for eating later on,
I'll boil
then I'll
it.
give it to you as a ration when you prepare it as a food. But for the moment, you
What
just
if-
have meat.
What if I just have like, what if it's like crab legs, but instead of crab legs, it's spider legs?
That's where you just pulled the meat from. You just took all the meat out of the body, and there was barely any of it, so you had to scrounge around in the legs for more meat.
Yeah. So
There's still a few
how-
spider hairs in it.
how many pounds of spider meat do I have?
Let's see. It's a large beast, so I'd say that's but it's not a lot of meat. You are only able to salvage a pound of meat.
1 pound of meat. Okay.
1 pound of meat.
Pound of meat.
Still a lot of meat. 1
It is.
lib.
Alright.
Okay.
Halfling. Well done. You actually did well.
Yep. I want to walk up to another crystal mound and then tie myself to it.
Well, I prepare for combat, seeing how you just approach this random spider thing.
So you're gonna go up to what you assume to be another spider
Yeah.
and tie yourself to it?
I want to use the rope of climbing this time.
If this I just thought of something. If this spider is a bunch of a bunch of other crystals, this could be just a jagged crystal sticking out of the ground.
No, I have a plan. Shh. I have a plan.
Alright.
Wait, before I do that, can I stab the spider's back?
If it is a spider.
The dead spider, I mean. As a test.
Why would you stab the dead spider's back? Oh, to see if like your
Yeah.
thing will go through?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to make like you're doing a regular attack, so check
Okay.
against because you're still attacking the.
I rolled an 8.
So you know you didn't beat its armor class.
Hmm.
So your dagger just kind of like chinks off of its back and.
That's fine.
Wait, can I use my history or arcana or sage, whatever, which ones, to try to remember what kind of armor classes these creatures have? Maybe. Can I do that?
I would make it,
An animal.
it would probably be a nature check to know how much you know about these animals.
Well, I have +2 and it goes off of intelligence.
Alright, go ahead.
Ooh, can I do one as well? In case he fails.
Sure.
That's
Why
also
not?
one.
It's gonna be a really easy check, I'll tell you that.
Alright, I got 19.
I got
Okay,
2.
you know exactly what kind of armor these guys have. It's called natural armor because they're natural beings.
Hmm.
Yes, but I mean, like, how much armor is it? Like, how is the armor class?
Oh, like to know what its armor class would be?
Yeah.
Okay, well you rolled really high, so you know that its armor class would, if such a number existed in the real world.
You
know,
say
if you were to classify things by armor class, if you were just, if in your own personal head of how its scales range from, you know,
Yes.
0 to
Armor.
20, or like, you know, just like various numbers, right? If you were to assign how strong armor is, you would give this armor a rating of about 16.
Yeah, you look at the spider and say, I give this armor about a 16 of 20. I have no clue what you're talking about.
I mean, armor can be more than 20, but I'm saying, like, if you had to, like, give it a random number of, like, against other armors, you would give it a 16 on your scale.
Okay.
I'd rate this armor about 16 for this spider. And he was like, what?
Alright. I'm gonna tie myself.
Just below mine.
I want to tie myself to another crystal mound, and then start hitting it with a pickaxe. I want to use the rope of.
Wait, halfling.
I want to use the rope of climbing this time.
Halfling, wait. That could just be a crystal mound. If they're trying to camouflage themselves, they camouflage themselves around other crystals.
That's why I'm using the rope of climbing, so I could just tell it to untie. And if it's just a regular crystal mound, then hitting it with my solid metal crowbar, should just break crystals off of it. Either way, it's a win-win, right?
Well, I back off. Well, I said, fine, whatever you say. I back off a little distance and prepare for combat.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna... Alright, so you're gonna... You have attached yourself to this... to those crystals, right?
Yes.
And you're gonna hit it with your pickaxe.
I'm gonna hit it with the crowbar.
Let me take a look at this. Oh, you're gonna hit it with a crowbar?
Mhm.
Alright. What are you gonna do? Pickaxe or crowbar?
I don't have a pickaxe. I have a crowbar. I
Okay.
just called it a pickaxe.
So, 'cause you said... And with that, a chunk of crystal breaks off and nothing happens.
Just a regular crystal.
I pick up the crystal.
Now we need to
Good
figure out
sleuthing
which
there.
one.
I would like, because I like you figuring out how things work in the environment and stuff. I think that's very clever of you. So I would like to give you, Theragal, an inspiration point for you to spend later.
Yeah. What does inspiration point do for me? Like, it just gives me 1 plus or something?
No, so basically, so I give you this inspiration point, and you can spend it on literally anything you decide you want to spend it on later on. And that basically means you automatically get to roll advantage on that, whatever that thing may be.
My intelligence
Okay.
plus 3 day.
So I pick up the crystal. So what crystal do I have? The crystal chunk.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, because I'm pulling this out at random, I think it would be cool if you got maybe 3 purples, 1 green, and... Let me see. Yeah, that's it. 3 purples and 1 green.
I have an idea. You want to figure out which one of these are, how many of these are spiders, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna just go up and
Well,
systematically tie
I
myself to
got
different.
an idea, so maybe they'll track them all.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they'll make them all come out of the ground, and we'll know which ones the spiders are, and then we can kill them.
I want to be tied to one though. Well, it's fine. I can do climbing. All right. I'm gonna climb so many bad guys. You're not gonna understand what's going on.
Alright. Alright, let's hopefully we can take on all these spiders and see how many there are. I hope there's not too many. There could be only a few.
Let me do some quick number running really quick.
And we're ready for combat, so we should roll initiative. We should roll advantage on initiative.
Yeah, I know, because you are prepared for combat.
I got my rope ready. I'm ready to climb.
That... Yeah, okay, I like that. That's fine. Well, I mean, I rolled it, so I gotta stick with it, because otherwise that's a cheating DM. So, I'm gonna just stick with those numbers. This is fine. Okay, go ahead. What was your plan?
I used thaumaturgy, whatever you call it, how you pronounce it, to cause a harmless tremors in the ground for 1 minute.
So, you want to basically do an AoE and tremor the ground so the spiders will pop up if they are spiders, right?
Yeah, if those like pop out and see what the heck's going on, like there's something nearby.
Ooh, can I hide?
Alright, I just have a question for you, because this isn't going to deal any damage to them, like if they are things. So you're not going to like start, they're going to start at full health basically.
Yeah, I know, but it's so we know
I'm just thinking, you know, you have other AoEs that would, like, you know, someone has a blast.
Oh, I have a fireball.
Yeah.
Eldritch blast. Well, I think we should say that for windless spiders.
Do you want me to throw a fireball instead?
Just,
how about we do?
There's lots of options.
How about we do a thaumaturgy and a fireball at the same time? So they pop up.
Yeah, but you don't even know which ones are spiders.
Well, when
they throwing it at a random.
It is an AOE, so
when they pop up,
they're pretty close enough together that they'll all.
Alright, yeah, that's okay. It's a great idea. Yeah, it's actually great.
Okay.
I use my thaumaturgy, whatever it's how you pronounce it, to make them pop out if there's any nearby. And as soon as they pop out, you throw your fireball to cause an AoE attack on all of them.
I want to throw a fireball and then hide behind the crystal, like hide somewhere in the crystals, the crystal that I'm on that isn't a thing, so I can sneak up on the spiders and then climb on them. I got this plan.
Right.
I'm gonna be.
We got a plan.
Okay.
I'll make them pop out and you throw your fireball and then hide while they're distracted from burning.
Got it.
Alright.
Alright, I use my thaumaturgy to make the ground shake, make harmless tremors. Like.
Alright, and as you do that, there are 5 of these areas where nothing happens. The 3 of these areas, they pop up out of the ground and you see more spiders.
3 more spiders.
Alright,
Come to me, come in the face, there, go!
Did I accidentally exit out of my window? I did, but that's okay.
That's okay, I gotta do stats for all of these spiders anyway.
I'm gonna throw a fireball at it.
You gotta throw a fireball where it's all of them.
I wanna throw a fireball at the one in the middle.
Well, it's got to hit all of them. That's basically what's gonna happen. Finding my dice. Here's my dice that I want. Okay, so here's the way things are. Theragal is standing where the corpse was, a little bit, like a little bit in front of him, and to his left, a little bit in front and to the left is Angus hiding amongst the crystals. Now, in front and to the right of Theragal, a little bit further than where Angus is, there's a spider. A little bit in front of Angus, and I'm assuming you both are facing the same direction here. So in front of that would be, in front of Angus would be another spider, and kind of between the two, we'll say, is the third spider.
I had an idea.
Okay.
Okay, so before, I'm not gonna throw my bead. I'm going to put it in my sling and use my sling to hopefully do a little bit of extra damage to the spider in the middle that I hit with the bead, with the sling. And of course I want to aim for one of its eyes.
So you're looking to do... Okay, well, okay, we'll see how well you hit those eyes, but let me take a look at... Let me just get these... Well, I'll just give them all the basic hit points. Okay, so we have 3 spiders, and you're gonna... Okay, go ahead and roll for your thing here.
I'm gonna roll
Wait, I have
it.
a question.
Yes, go ahead.
How do I put certain spells into like my... I put like first level spells into my second level spell pack or whatever it's called? Because if I can do that, it becomes more powerful. It says right here, for Hellish Reboot, it says when you cast a spell using a spell slot of second level or higher, the damage increases by 1d10 for each slot level above first. But,
So you would cast it, but you would just spend one of your second level spell slots.
alright, I have... Oh, it does 3d10s of damage now. Heck yeah. This Hellish Reboot's awesome. So I guess if they fail, they take only 2 d10s, because last time it takes 2 d10s of fire damage, but failed on a or half as much damage on a successful one. So I do 2 d10 if it's successful, 3 d10 if it's not successful. Alright, and also my comprehend.
There it is. So I'm doing a dex roll, and since I'm proficient with my sling, it's a +2, a +3. I rolled 15 plus 5. I rolled an unnatural 20.
So you rolled... Okay, so you got... Yes, you totally hit this spider.
And I'm gonna do a D4 plus 3 damage. I rolled...
He also didn't know you existed, so you do have stealth.
I do have stealth.
Wait, is it doing it to all of them?
Yeah, I'm just hitting the initial one with a fire bead.
He's using his sling to attack the spider, and then the bead, upon breaking, will cast the spell. Is basically what's going to happen as far as mechanics go.
Yeah, I get it, because they're all focused on me since my fucking... Oh, sorry.
Right.
Do my,
Right, and since they don't know he exists because he's hidden in the crystals, he does have the sneak attack bonus.
I rolled a 2. Well, I rolled. My sneak attack bonus was 2, and so it's 2 plus 5, 6, 7. So I did 7 damage to the spider, and the fireball is going to explode and do damage to all the other spiders. Question.
Yes.
Am I still hidden?
They have no idea where this attack came from.
Okay.
Because they basically popped out of the ground. The one in the middle got, like, he felt something, like, hit him, and then instantly fire surrounded them. So they all have to make a dex saving throw, don't they?
I have another question. Because the fireball AoE was also a sneak attack. Does it also do plus a bonus d6 of damage?
I think after... Okay, so I'm thinking... They do... But technically they have no idea what's happening. And this is all one attack. So I would say that yes, the sneak fireball does have... The fireball does have sneak to it, because they had no idea they literally have no idea what's hitting them, is basically the thing.
I just like to imagine instead of a fiery explosion, it just goes
I would like to note that this fireball, you are also going to have to make a dex saving throw to avoid this fireball. Not
No, that's
Theragal. Theragal's standing pretty far back. It's Angus who's...
Oh, I'm sitting behind a crystal though.
Yeah, but it's an AoE.
Oh, okay.
Like, the crystals are also going to be engulfed in flame. Nothing really is going to happen to them because they're crystal and they don't care what flame is, but you are not a crystal.
I want to convince the DM that I'm a crystal.
You gotta deceive the fire.
I want to convince the fire that I'm a crystal.
So what do these guys need to succeed on dexterity, right?
Necklace of fireballs. The necklace has 1d6 plus 3 beads hanging off of it. Hurl fireball.
Right, it's
okay. Doesn't say.
But the fireball spell itself should, though.
Let me see, I'll search up the spell. Fireball.
Which is usually if you mouse over, like, the effect or the spell, it'll tell you.
You have discovered a portal to a new plane where things are not working as intended. It's weird. Every time I click something, it brings up that thing, but it, like, my interaction just stays there.
Fireball.
This is right here. Wind level fireball spell. C15. That's where it is, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
C15. Or at least get it.
You have to roll 15.
Well, plus their dex.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it dex throw? Save DC 15. I remember fireball being a dex though.
Right.
I believe so.
Nice.
Just stood there.
No, they're just so confused. They're just standing by maniacally as I watch them burn.
So how much
I laugh
is
my
this
eyes.
third level fireball spell?
Yes!
Okay. They each.
Spiders.
They
Fire.
each.
Here we go. Oh, okay, you didn't click on the spell. Da 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 da. Yes. By 1d6 for each slot of third, but it's not is a third level. So how many d6? It is. Oh, correct. No, don't do that, computer.
Burn spiders.
Oh,
8d6 fire damage on a failed save.
Oh, so all of them.
Oh, all of them have to take 8d6.
actually,
All of them, one go.
actually, because it's a snake attack, I have to roll 16 d6s.
Look, I have all of, this is right here, I'm gonna do it myself.
Alright.
Because I can basically roll 8 at once here.
Okay. Oh, I was just gonna roll 2 d6s at the same time, 8 times. That's fine.
I'm gonna roll, no, I've got it here. So we've got,
I just like to imagine you just have a handful of dice. I just dropped a tactical nuke on spiders.
I'm just laughing maniacally as they burn.
5, 6, a 5, a 1, and a 1. Let's calculate that really quick. It's 10. It's another 10. Okay, you've killed all the spiders instantly. I didn't even have to calculate it all. I just found 3 sets of 10 and went, they're all dead.
They're all dead.
All of the spiders instantly burned to a crisp and curled up on
was an
themselves and
excellent
fell over
strategy.
dead.
Is it like a pile of ash and crystals?
Well, considering you did way more than enough damage to kill these guys, yeah, most of them has just charred and floated away into the wind.
Oh.
So now, let's see, that's 1d6 of crystal for each spider. There were 3 spiders. Not to mention there were 5 other chunks of crystals, so I'm just gonna give you all of the crystals at once, because otherwise we're gonna sit here being, I harvest this set of crystals, I harvest this set of crystals. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 23. Picked up 23 crystals.
Wait, 23 crystals.
Yep.
Oh, we level up.
Do we?
No.
That was a
Okay.
great strategy, though.
It was a great strategy. And
This
I
is
think
amazing.
If you guys, do you guys have a way to, on your character sheets here, do you have a way to put more than one point of inspiration?
I don't
right?
think
I
so.
know.
We can just use the 1 point twice. So,
If you want.
I just want to make sure we don't forget is the thing.
yeah, You could write it down.
Yeah, let me...
I can do it.
I can
think
put here.
The DM should.
I'm just so like ecstatic that we just kill all of them in one go, and we just like, yes! I run up to the halfling, pick him up, and like, you did well, halfling! Yes, you killed them all fantastically!
I told you I was useful, and then we hug.
Then I just drop you on the ground.
I have a tally, so I see that you both have 2 things of inspiration.
Got it.
Yes.
Because I think that strategy was amazing.
And we can use it again if we come across.
I think that was really cool. Yeah, you could use that again for other stuff. See, how many crystals did I say you guys picked up? 23.
23.
You picked up 23 crystals.
Of what colors? And that's where you go, oh.
Holy crap.
I'll just
Hold on,
put
okay, so
23
there's-
crystals.
No. There's 4 blue.
Oh
Alright,
my.
yeah, just go ahead and put 23 crystals, that's fine. It won't really matter in the long run, but I thought you might like to know what colors they are.
There's,
Let's
you're
just
like,
say you
there, there's,
You picked up at least a few of, like, every main color of the rainbow.
I'm gonna put 23 assorted crystals.
You got the whole Roy G. Biv, and then some.
Thanks.
Yes, nice spiders.
Oh my gosh.
Bad choice.
Let's see face.
These crystals are starting to become a little bit heavy.
Oh, you probably have more weight on you.
That is true.
You're a little halfling.
I am a little halfling. Would you like to hold some of these crystals, Therigal? Wait. No, I don't. Darn. I want to open the bag of devouring and persuade the creature to not eat my crystals.
So here's what happens with the bag of devouring. It won't eat like organic materials. So basically, it will only eat like meat and vegetable fruit that you put in, or like plant life. Once a day is in that spit out plane of existence.
Oh. Just go.
Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna put anything in the bag of devouring.
As you're sitting here mulling over what you should do with these crystals, you hear a familiar voice, the only voice you've heard since entering the tower, other than y'all, to go on, shoot. It is very familiar. You recognize it to be the voice of a very shopkeeper.
Oh, snap. like the scowl a little.
You guys are like really cutting out for me. How's my audio sound?
Further up, a little bit further up the river, or well, further down, since you're going.
Halfling, let's head towards the horse. Get on the horse.
Alright, I jump onto the horse. Ooh, I know, I want to attempt to further impress Theragal by doing a flip onto the horse.
What onto the horse?
I want to do a flip onto the horse. Yeah, I want to do a flip onto the horse.
That would be an acrobatics check.
Finally! Okay, I have +5 on acrobatics. Don't understand. And I rolled a 16.
You
actually
flip onto the horse. You do like 3 as you're like going up, as you're in the air. You do like 3 flips and then land perfectly on the horse. And then, like, as you land, just a moment, it seems all, and then you kind of, like, tilt a little to the side, and you're dizzy.
That's right, but is Theragal impressed?
Very good. Yes. Let's be onwards then.
Alright. So, as you guys... since you guys ride down the river, I'm assuming you guys are gonna run on the river again, so you're not going so slow.
Yeah.
As you guys run down the river, you see, set up between 2 trees further up ahead, kind of like this little... like a little outdoor stand, and kind of almost like a little stand you'd see at like an open market type thing, with like the whole little canopy over it and everything, but of course it's made out of leaves from trees nearby. And you see Samantha, and heading off into deeper into the foliage, you see a few spiders of varying sizes and types running off.
How was she able to drive all those spiders off? Is Samantha more powerful than she sees?
Samantha's just one scary lady.
Just really harmless.
Maybe she has some bug repellent on her.
Maybe she has bug repellent. You never know.
She is a shopkeeper.
Well, we trot towards her, towards the Samantha.
Go ahead.
I say, hello, human, 'tis us, Theragal and the halfling. As I speak to my dark robes on my black steed.
And the little leprechaun does a somersault onto the desk.
That will be another check, please. Another acrobatics check.
It's fine. Does it add my dexterity bonus to it as well? I'm just curious.
Well, your acrobatics is based on your dexterity bonus, plus your proficiency is there, so you're just gonna get whatever it says next to it.
It's plus 5, 6, and 7 then. Wait, no. Wait. 6, 7, and 8.
So whatever's next to your acrobatics is what you're gonna get. Because
what I'm gonna get.
What's next to your acrobatics is your acrobatics, which is based on your dexterity. Added to it is your proficiency, because you're proficient in that, so that's your whole total right there. It's basically pre-calculated for you.
So it's plus 8. Wait, no, it's plus 8.
Whatever is next to it.
Got
it's
it.
5.
Oh, it's 5?
It says 5 next to it.
Well, I rolled a 10.
Okay, so you did 15? Because you got plus 5? Or 10 is your total?
10 is my total.
Okay, 10 is your total. You attempt to do a flip, it's not nearly as cool as, you don't do like 3 flips in the air and stuff. You just kind of hop off of the horse, do like a little twist in the air, not really a flip, you just kind of do like a tiny little twirl in the air and land on the counter, but you're facing the opposite direction of her. You're facing the horse that you've just jumped off of, and you're like, wait a minute, that's not right.
Wait, I know how to spin this around. I know how to spin this around. I'm gonna turn around and, like, give her a smolder. Like that guy from Tangled.
You're like, here comes the smolder.
Yeah, here comes
that'll
the
be a
smolder.
charisma check.
Oh no, I have -1. Alright. I hope I rolled pretty high. I rolled I rolled a 0.
You rolled a natural 1?
I rolled a 1! Actually, my thing hit the computer and it rolled to 1.
She probably like slaps you or something like that.
So you turn around and you attempt to do your best smolder, but instead you just look constipated.
Oh, okay.
She just kind of, like, at first she was like, ooh, that's kind of neat, because you did like a cool trick to impress her, but then you turned around with that face, and she was just like, she doesn't know what to do with it. So for a moment she just kind of like stunned silence, and then she's like, it's wonderful to see you two again.
Wait. Just a little bit. I make my constipated face and then drop a bag of crystals onto the counter.
And as you drop this load of crystals onto the counter, her face just lights up. And she's like, oh my goodness, these are so pretty. She's like, wherever did you get such a thing? And she's like, no, that's not important. This is so beautiful. She's like, oh, what are you gonna do with these wonderful crystals?
You're hoping to sell them to you.
I was hoping to get store credits.
Store credits?
For like
these
free
crystals?
things.
You part with these crystals and give them to me for some measly store credits?
Yeah.
He does not speak for both of us.
And so I can get free things of high value.
I am a partial owner of these crystals. I helped collect them. I helped kill those.
No, you didn't. You just revealed them.
Yes, I did.
Technically, I like with the rolls I made, I could have just killed them without having you pop them up.
They wouldn't have died. They'd have been underground.
Yeah, but he still would have burned the backs of them, and they would have died from the damage.
I dropped a nuke on spiders. We're having an argument in front of Samantha.
Stop trying to sell our crystals for credit.
It's fine.
And Samantha goes, how many crystals do you have total?
How many crystals do I have total?
You're holding them.
23
Tell the human.
plus 1. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna whip out my calculator. Hold on. So it's...
Did you see the halflings pull out the calculator?
No, I have an abacus. It's the Middle Ages. Okay, so 23 plus 1 plus 3 plus 2
27,
plus
29,
2
32,
plus
31.
3. I have 34 crystals.
Yeah. I was just counting them while you were just
eyes,
doing it.
like her eyes, you know, like those anime eyes where they're all sparkly, and like her take up half their face. That's
She
basically
goes,
what she looks like right now.
Her face is just nothing but eyes.
Reel back and discuss.
And let's see, how many crystals was that again? 30
34.
34.
34. Let me think about this for a second, and I'm just doing quick.
So how much
Pull up
gold
my own calculator.
would this be worth?
Yeah, so let's sell
And
it for gold.
she goes, I would, if you 5,000 gold and credit, or 5,000 credits to the store.
Got it.
If you really will give me all of these crystals.
Yeah, so I can buy a 5,000 gold item for you for later, because I'm not entirely sure what you have on you, because I just kind of did this without really checking your stock. So
Tell her to give us each one of those gotcha tokens. Or whatever. Just one tokens.
oh yeah, can we have some gotcha tokens for supporting your thing?
2 of them.
So are you trying to get that added onto, or spend spend 2 of your 5,000?
Added on to. I'm gonna do a persuasion.
Yeah, go ahead and do a persuasion.
What do you mean added on to?
I rolled.
Like adding on to your total of what you're trying to get for your crystals, or do you
12,
want to
13,
spend
14.
2,000 of those 5,000 to get them?
I rolled 14.
I would try doing a persuasion check too. Don't try persuading it too. Can I do that? You both try to persuade her.
My total is 14.
Yeah, you're in a combined effort with this. Yeah, go ahead.
Uh-oh.
My total is... That's 14.
So you look up 14. She looks at it. She looks at the crystals. Looks at you guys. Thinks about it. And she seems to like a moment like. It's like, you know what? You guys are just like way better than those. That other is like, you know what? Yeah, here. And she hands you both 2 tokens. She goes, if you want to spend them, I've got it right here. And you didn't see the machine there, but to the right of the giant machine, the giant gumball machine, seemingly appear out of nowhere. I sworn it wasn't there before.
Well, I take the coin and I say, but of course, anything in the presence of fair gold is much better.
I'm gonna
She seems to have no real response to it. She's just kind of like, okay.
That's right.
I'm gonna
I
just.
immediately use this coin.
All right. So let me go to my sheet. So you're gonna need to roll the D10.
D10. I got a 6.
You got a 6. Okay, and then I need you to roll a D20.
Gotcha.
Machine.
And I got a 20.
Is that it? And when you open it up, it is a hat of disguise.
Ooh.
And capsule disappears in a puff of. Hold on a second. In a puff of red smoke.
Okay.
Color is randomly generated.
Can I
put
also?
it up
You also want to spend your token?
Yeah, I mean, there's no real point in holding on
Alright, that's
to it.
1d10.
Yes.
So, I rolled a 6
Okay.
on my D10, and I rolled a 2.
Okay. Okay. So, and it up 5 is a cloak of elven kind, and at first you're like, oh no, it's tailored to your size, and in a white smoke.
Wait, what do you get?
A cloak of elven
kind. I'll add that to my inventory. I don't know what it does, but I'll put it on. Oh, can I wear it as a cape? So I'm now a leprechaun with a cape.
Well, it is a cloak, so yeah, sure. You can put it like a cape type thing. Sure.
What color is it? Is it hopefully green?
Here, I've got like a little list where I use to generate colors. So, it's actually, when you're, it's a, well, isn't a cloak of Elvenkind kind of, it's mystical, isn't it? Like it.
I'll look it up. Cloak of Elvenkind.
I forget what it does.
Its hood up.
I think it kind of blends in.
Wisdom perception checks made to see you have disadvantage, and you have advantage on dexterity. It makes you more sneaky, and people have trouble more seeing you. This is perfect for you.
Heck yeah.
It is perfect for you.
And the checks made to camouflage you, pulling the hood up in action.
Yes.
So it camouflages you, changes color.
So.
But since he has the hood, if he has the hood down right now, since it's kind of mystical, I'm gonna say, as he's like, oh, this cloak is perfect, and then it, like, as he's wearing it, it turns green to match with him. So it's like this very bright, flamboyant.
No, I'm a leprechaun wearing a cape. I'm super calm.
And I have a hat! That will disguise me.
Add items. Sorry, D&D Beyond is being weird. Okay, I fixed it. I did it. So I have a Cloak of Elvenkind and I've equipped it. Does it do anything to my armor? Or no?
What if it said? No, I don't think it does. It just...
Okay, that's fine. I've equipped it.
Eric, how did you get your...
Yeah, I haven't wearing it yet.
Alright, I see refresh is the problem. Carefree,
I can use this spell whenever I want.
Acquire things, I can refresh my a lot of items, and I don't remember.
So, I turn to Samantha and ask what she has and
she says, well, I've got all of my healing potions still here. Always here. Yes, I've got hold on. There's a lot of page flipping and tab switching going on over here at the moment.
It's fine, take your time, Samantha.
Nope. I've got all my regular potions, still here. All these here, healing type potions. Gotcha tokens as usual. I do have, I have been going around gathering, various, spell components that you might need, Mr. All-Powerful Magic User. She goes, lots of that. What's that?
I said, yes, of course.
I got various other everyday items like abacus, spirits, bottles, glasses, buckets, candles, chests, clothes of the common and fine variety, flasks and tankards if you need them, hammers, pens and ink, jugs, pitchers. I got some 10-foot lanterns, locks, and as she's saying this, she's got like this big old chest that she's like pulling things out of and just kind of like tossing them onto her table. She's like mess kits, mirrors, paper, parchment, mining picks, iron pots, pouch floor, rope, sacks, some shovels, here's a merchant scale, that, I don't know what you do with that, soap, and then she looks at it and she's like, huh, looks different than I remember, and then she's like, some vials, just various, things that you might need. She goes, the other group, I had something really cool for you, I thought you guys might like, but the other group got here first, and they kind of They kind of bought it. Well, I say bought, but they didn't really give me any gold for it. They just, managed to swipe it while I wasn't looking, and I'm kind of disappointed in them. She looks kind of sad, and she goes,
I have, what's the word I'm looking for? Suggestion, sure, whatever. How about we go find these fools, and if we take this stuff back, perhaps we get some reward? Or maybe those items can be the reward, perhaps? We can deal with these ruffians, if you like.
she goes, she kind of looks, and there's almost like a mischievous glint in her eye for a moment. She goes, oh, that's okay. She goes, if you run into them, you can feel free to take whatever you want from those guys. She goes, I have a feeling, if you guys continue on current goal question mark, you guys will probably maybe lying around.
Is there a way
And
I can trade you this amazing dagger that I have passed down from halfling generations? It's very ancestral. Slain many spiders and a few zombies for maybe a short sword or something. Do you have anything?
oh, okay, so you want to trade your regular a sword? Is what you're trying to do?
I want to trade my little dagger for a short sword, but because the short sword might be slightly more valuable than this dagger, I'm really like building up this dagger to make it seem like it's more valuable than just a kitchen knife that I found.
Can you do some persuasion on
Alright. Ooh, I rolled a 7.
total or
Yeah, total.
oh, she was 7. I'm gonna give I rolled her resistance and she resisted with a 7, and you rolled a 7, so it's a perfect
Golden pass.
so I'm gonna give it to you. She looks for a moment, and she's got like this, like, she's kind of like, I don't know about this, but then she thinks, it's like, she seems to stop and contemplate for a moment, and that little mischievous glint in her eye comes back, and she's like, maybe I can find her, and she goes back into that chest that she was pulling stuff out of, and she pulls the beautiful short sword out. It is one of the it's probably the most beautiful sword you've ever seen. It's got like a beautiful like it's masterly crafted, and it's perfectly thick. Various engravings all over it of just like this very natural like leaves and flowers engraved on it.
It's perfect.
And it's beautiful.
For a leprechaun.
And she hands it to you and she says, might this be what you're looking for?
Sure, I'll give you my ancestral dagger for this amazing sword.
You just traitor, you're just basically pawing off your family heirloom.
It's not a family heirloom. It's actually a kitchen knife I took from my mom's cupboard. So technically, it's ancestral.
She's got like this look in her eye, like it's like she knows that this would be her getting like a raw end of the deal, but she seems to be playing along with it, and she's like, I'll treasure it greatly, and she pulls out of the little chest, she pulls out a little perfectly sized display case and puts it inside.
Ooh. So I'm gonna put the short sword of awesomeness in my inventory and get rid of my dagger. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of the dagger. Where is it? There it goes. I'm gonna get rid. Remove. damage equipment, short sword. Weapon.
And she, what do you think of y'all's new home?
It was quite spacious. Very, what was it, furniture. You have a nice bath. It's been a long time since I sat down in a bath and just enjoyed myself.
She seems pleased with this.
I changed up the soap. And I claimed all of the other bedrooms on the second floor.
He seemed distraught about me claiming the bigger room, so he acted like a child and claimed all the others.
Yeah, so in total I have the biggest room.
She chuckles a little at this, your story, and
I found
like,
an infinite fence. I tried climbing the fence. Well, actually, I had this rope of climbing, raced the fence, and then the fence won. And so I'm not sure what the fence actually is.
And she's like, yeah, I like that. I liked that one. That story. I like. It's pretty.
Samantha, I would like to ask you something.
What?
To chase away those massive spiders. They were only one of you. Flee from you.
And she goes, the spiders? Oh, those nasty guys. She goes, I've set up shop here in this forest. Like I trade spots every now and then, usually along the river. But I come here all the time. They didn't used to always be here. And she seems like kind of sad, and she's like, I'm not really sure what happened. Just one day spiders started all over the forest. I'm here all the time. We don't do that anymore because there's spiders just running rampant, and they look at the area around us. You kind of start to notice that in the areas you've seen spiders, since this has been infested with spiders, it's not quite as lively as the area where you first entered. The plants seem a little less vibrant. Some things are kind of wilting, and just, she goes, I don't really know what's happening. She goes, it's almost as if draining the life from the forest.
I have a question.
I say, yes, this is a sad story, but you still fail to answer the question. How were you, a single human, able to chase away these spiders? They fled from you. They fled into the forest.
Oh, well, I carry many magical items for my store. Well, sometimes my store, some for my personal protection. That's what I use to fend off from these spiders.
Are you aware that we're still in the Infinity Tower?
Yes.
Alright. How did you get... Is the shop like your house? Or do you have your own house?
Well, I suppose the shop is basically my house. Yeah, I live in the shop. Or maybe I sell things out of my home, and she seems like she's never really thought about this before. Almost as if this is just, she's been doing this for so long that she hasn't really, thought it might be weird or anything. She's just like, yeah, the shop is my house, I suppose, maybe? I don't have, another place where I live. I spend all of my time in the shop, except for when I'm out, gathering things, but... Yep, this is a, Smith, this club, this house.
How many members of your club do you have?
that you play a much bigger role than in all this, girl. And I'll figure out what that role is.
Oh, I assumed that from the very beginning, but I just figured that since this is we're like,
Oh, yes.
we'll find out eventually. we're talking about this to each other in front of Samantha still.
I just said it to her face. I feel like you play a much bigger role in this place than you think, or either of us think. And I tend to know what the role is.
He's just like, okay, if you say so.
Also, tell me, where did the spider blight stem from? Where's the source? Any information you can give us?
And she thinks for a moment, and she says, well, if you follow this river, you'll come to a coast. And north, from there, if you travel north, there's more forest and some plain lands. And then there's like this huge lake thing. And there's a tower there, and
a tower within a tower.
That's where I first noticed the spiders.
Is there an infinity tower inside of the infinity tower? If so, that might get a little confusing.
And she's like, Infinity Tower within the Infinity Tower? Oh, there's no other place like the Infinity Tower.
Would there be another Samantha
like,
in the Infinity Tower?
She says, I assure you, there's no other Infinity Tower anywhere. This place was specially made by Merle. He only made one. It's special.
Well, I mean, did Merle live inside of the tower with you?
Where
no.
is Merle?
Then how do you know?
He came to visit the tower every now and then, but one day he just stopped coming.
How do you know he didn't make another Infinity Tower?
He didn't need to.
Alright, What about...
It took quite a lot of magic and power to make this Infinity Tower.
What about like
Probably
an infinity hole? Oh, it's like the opposite of a tower. Infinity pit.
Where are you going with this ludicrous questioning, halfling?
I'm just curious. Anyway, I had another question that's a little bit more relevant. How many members do you have of your club, Samantha?
Club?
Do you mean like? She's like, it's not like a club. This is like, that's just the name of my store. She's like, I thought it sounded cool, so
can I have a club membership?
That. Well, I haven't really quite come up with a membership plan yet, and she's like, well, how might I do this? And she's like, I haven't really come up with like a membership thing or anything.
Do I get cool discounts and rewards on purchases? Can I buy things in bulk?
Do we get rewards? Perhaps every now and then we get one free gotcha token?
She says, well, you have so far done quite a lot of, I suppose, good destroying these awful spiders, and you've brought me wonderful things, and you're very nice to me. I suppose you could be club members? Sure.
Ah, yes, I am very nice.
At least one of us is very nice.
She goes, you know, for all of the help and services and being members and all, I suppose, every now and then, maybe I'll have like something cool free for you. Maybe some free gotcha tokens and things.
Hooray! Oh my gosh, do you also sell like slushies and like pizzas in the back?
She's like, are you hungry? Do you need something to eat?
Well, I do have I do have these rations,
Did
but
you-
oh yeah, do you have
Cook
any?
the
Do you have
spider
any? Do you have any recipes for spider meat? And I hand her this gelatinous block of.
And she goes, well, I don't really have any recipes for preparing spider meat, but I do use it in some. I could use it in probably bile potions, but I could probably make some potions out of it.
All right, you could
After
have
a while.
your, you could make potions out of your spider meat for your shop. There you go.
Also, is there anything I can get for this? I pull a chunk of webbing and place it on the counter.
And she goes, ooh, that looks like it might make some good, like you could fashion that into a wonderful rope if you really wanted to. But I mean, I would give you 500 more credits for it if you wanted to give it away.
Yes.
Oh, could you write down in Samantha's inventory like 5,000 credits for Angus?
I would like to give this chunk of webbing that I extracted from a spider's abdomen for 500 credits.
She goes, sure, if you really want to. I'm putting down Angus credits and Paragol credits. And Angus has the 5,000.
It's too late.
Paragol has 500.
I just have one more zero, it's fine. I'm gonna persuade Theragal to not get upset because zeros don't mean anything.
I don't care. Why would I care? Credits.
Okay, never mind.
Doesn't give a crap.
And then she goes to give me the spider meat. I feel like you should have something in return. She goes, I'm gonna make potions out of it, so you know, maybe you could have some free healing potions.
Sure, I'll take a healing potion.
And she
Healing potion.
knew healing potions.
Neat. How many healing potions?
3.
3, got it. You cut out, sorry. Alright, regular healing potions?
Yes, regular healing.
Okay, heal. I have to, like, search potion of healing. Add 3. 1, 2, 3. I have 10. Boom. So many.
Well, I guess we should head off out then.
Well, I'm gonna sit down and eat some food because I want to sit down and take a short rest because, you know, killing spiders was a little exhausting.
Wait, I would like to ask Samantha a question.
You can sit down and talk to Samantha.
Alright, Samantha, if I summon the doorway to home, will it come exit back here once we come back?
And she thinks about it. She goes, well, I suppose that depends on how specific you are when you ask to leave home.
I'll keep that in mind.
Alright.
So I would like to go home.
And behind you, the door to home materializes out of thin air.
Well, farewell, Samantha. We hope to see you soon. I walk through the door.
I'm gonna sit here with Samantha.
Hope to see you soon as well. Thank you for all the wonderful things you've given, and I really enjoy having you guys visit my shop.
Yes, great.
I'm gonna sit and stay with Samantha in case because I don't really have a reason to go home. I'll just sit and like eat food.
I just want to go sleep in a comfortable bed.
And oh, you're gonna take a long rest? Well, what time is it?
You guys have been adventuring for, you could say it's like probably about noonish.
Noonish? You're going to sleep. I'm just gonna sit here and have like a short rest, you know? I don't really need...
You know, fine. I want to go inside the house and have a short rest. I just want to be comfortable. I'm not gonna sleep on the ground like some animal.
We're not sleeping! I'm sitting and eating a nice meal and chatting with Samantha and relaxing. Doesn't necessarily mean...
In the safety of my home!
Okay, we'll have
Leave me
fun.
alone. I decided what to do. That's right. You chat with Samantha. I'm going inside.
I'm
here.
gonna chat with
Have a
Samantha.
little Relaxation. Maybe I'll take
Alright.
let me take a short bath again. That'd be nice.
Okay, I wanna... I don't know. I was like, I wanna like put my lucky charm, one of me lucky charms onto me new sword of awesomeness.
Lucky charms.
What shape? What shape is this lucky charm?
This lucky charm? I don't know. It's just in my mother possessions. Just labeled me lucky charms.
If you don't have a shape for it, I'll make a shape up.
You make a shape up. Okay, what do you think a scrappy little leprechaun thief would have? Like, what would his lucky charms be?
You've got... How many do you have?
I don't know how I have. I just have like a hand, like a pocket full of them.
Wait, there's like I have a question. There's like
Yes?
ingredients and stuff in the kitchen in the house, right? Like there's meat and stuff and stock in there.
Well, there's just vegetables.
There's
vegetables?
vegetables.
No,
There's
sure.
some.
I want to
Like,
make.
it didn't replace what he took, if that's what you're asking, but there's still some there.
All right, I want to make a nice salad for myself.
Alright. You can make a nice salad for yourself.
And I'm
Alright.
gonna eat it at my short rest.
I'm going to...
Do you know what lucky charms you have? Do you want to
Me
know?
lucky
Do you
charms.
really want to know?
Do I really? I should probably know. I've had them since the beginning.
Because I can come up with some if you want.
I have
know
it.
exactly what they'll be.
Alright, tell me what my lucky charms are.
Alright. You've got a rainbow, a
Mhm.
heart, a horseshoe,
A
a
horseshoe.
moon, a four-leaf clover, an hourglass, a balloon,
A balloon.
and a shooting star.
And a shooting star.
Lucky charm.
Can I attach one of them? I don't know, like, are they on a necklace or something? Or are they just like a handful of lucky charms?
Just like a handful of charms.
I don't know. I want to ask, I don't know. Because my lucky charms are like really valuable to me. I want to stitch them either onto my hat, like, or like attach them to my sword in some way. I want to once again attach the four-leaf clover to like the ribbon of my hat, and so I have 2 four-leaf clovers in my hat, and just have like the rest of like the lucky charms just in my pocket, and maybe I'll put a shooting star on my sword. So I'm decking out my leprechaun gear with leprechaun things. I'm sitting with
I'm
Samantha.
just sitting comfortable in the house, enjoying a nice salad.
I'm gonna eat a crab sandwich. Another one. My
Wonderful.
other crab sandwich. Will I have to do a survival roll to eat this crab sandwich?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's raw.
It's a raw crab sandwich. Is Samantha going to do anything about me eating a crab sandwich, or just no?
No.
She
Okay.
doesn't know what it is.
She's taken the meat, the spider meat you gave her, and she doesn't have a back room to prepare potions in, so she just has a cauldron behind her her little counter there, and she's just mixing potions.
Alright, well, I rolled 11 total.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I don't get poisoned. That was my last crab sandwich. I feel like my victory over the crabs is complete.
And Turtle is nice and relaxed because he's away from everyone. He's silent in the house, just relaxing.
He's alone.
Yes, finally alone.
Oh, Samantha.
Yes?
I have something else to give you. And I hand her this, pile. I just put a pile of golden crab shells on her desk.
A pile of golden crabs. I only killed one crab, though.
Yeah, but each crab looks like a pile of gold coins, so he ripped the shell off of it, so it looks like a pile of gold coins. And
There you go.
she's like, oh, and she goes to, like, pick it up, like, all these gold coins, only to realize that it's just one solid mass. And she's like, oh, this is pretty cool. She's like, I bet you trick a lot of people with this, don't you?
Well, I got these from crabs. I was not sure how valuable these are. I mean, I was just...
Yes, they almost killed you.
I mean, I just wanted to show these to you, really. I think I'll put them in the trophy room.
She's like, I think that would be a beautiful place to put them.
Alright, so, I still have all these crystals on me because for some reason the website didn't take them out of my inventory. And I'm also taking the spider meat off of me. Oh, do you have any way I can like reinforce these poisonous daggers? And I put my spider fang daggers and the spider fang on her counter.
She's like, do you mean, like, you want to make them better daggers?
Like so I don't
Is
have
that
to
what you're
roll.
asking?
I don't have to roll to worry about them falling apart. Like,
Loud to the lady. I don't have to roll. Like, what?
Yeah,
Why would you roll?
She seems almost confused for a moment, but then a look of understanding crosses her face. And, like, almost as if she very deeply understands the need to roll. And
she has to do a lot of medicine rolls for
and she goes, well, let me take a look in my gear here.
Oh,
and she starts rummaging through her chest. Let's see.
I basically want to make, because I have 4 spider fangs in total. I have 1 crystal dagger and 1 regular poison dagger, so I want to have 1 more regular poison dagger and another crystal dagger.
So you basically want to have 2 poisons and 2 crystals, right?
Yes.
Alright. She rummages around in her chest and she's mumbling under her breath like, oh, how would we do this? How can I make this work? What could I use? What could I do without
Oh, you guys.
And she stops rummaging for a moment and she looks at them on the desk and she looks in her chest and she goes, well, could I mean, maybe.
Are you alright?
And she looks at you like intently for a moment, almost as if like she's assessing you.
Oh dear. Well, I'm resistant to being afraid, so I probably shouldn't be afraid. I should be less cautious. I am reassessing my own life choices.
She stands up from rummaging in her chest and she looks at the what you've laid upon the daggers and the fangs you've laid out on the table, and she goes, "Do you mind if I?" And she kind of like motions to the daggers and then the chest, like points at the chest.
You want to put the daggers in your chest? Ooh, hey.
What's that gonna do? I'm not even there. I'm just relaxing.
Sure.
Probably a couch or something.
And so she picks up everything you've laid out on the table there, and she turns and she puts it in the chest, and you can no longer see it, and she's like doing something. You can't quite tell what she's doing in the chest. You can't see it, but then she pulls something out of the chest, and it is your daggers, and it isn't your daggers. They have very clearly been fixed up so that they are now very sturdy and solid, and they don't look like they'll fall apart anymore. They almost as if they've been masterfully crafted into a perfect weapon now. And she puts them all back on the table. All four of them are now just beautifully fixed, like they're one solid piece now.
Hey man, if Farragall was there, he'd be on that so quickly questioning, like, what the heck was that? What happened there?
And
But
she
he's not
places
there.
them on the counter for you, and she goes, "Here you go. I hope you use them well."
Alright, well, I now have 4 crystal daggers. Thanks! These look perfect for throwing into the eyes of my enemies.
4 crystal. You have 2 poison and 2 crystally.
2 crystals, okay. Oh, sorry.
You guys play. You want me to read you something funny I found? It's about D&D. This is very short. And it says, one time a guy in our party rolled a natural 20 on a perception check, but there was nothing around he didn't already see, so the DM said, "You're not quite sure, but for a few seconds, it seems like you're standing on a giant's table, surrounded by 5 giants. Your party seems to look stiff and fake, and large papers and dice are strewn around you, then everything goes back to normal."
That's amazing. I like that. Alright, let's keep going.
Okay,
Alright, well, I wasn't there for that, so I didn't just see that craziness just happen with the dagger. Well, I'm done with resting, and I ate my salad, and I go to the exit door and I say, I would like to leave to where I entered, from where I entered.
And with that, the door opens, and outside the door you see the outside of the tower.
Okay, I go back in, so I would like to leave to Samantha's shop in the forest where the halfling is.
When the door is opened, it is right back where you came from, and there is Angus at Samantha's little stand in the forest with these beautifully crafted daggers.
I'm gonna use sleight of hand. No, I'm gonna use sleight of hand to hide the daggers.
I want to use perception to see these daggers.
I'm gonna use my sleight of hand.
Go ahead. Your sleight of hand versus his perception roll.
My sleight of hand is +5.
Well, actually, it would be his passive perception because he's not. Well, no, you can go ahead and do a roll. That's fine.
Alright.
Alright.
Alright. You ready to roll?
Yeah, I rolled.
Alright, let's see what I get. I got extra 20, baby!
Ah, darn! I can't beat it because he's got a natural 20. I didn't get a 20. I got 8 + 5.
So.
Trying to hide these daggers from me.
So, you see him slip. You see him attempt to slip 4 daggers up his sleeves at once, but he kind of fumbles and like drops a couple of them back on the counter as he's doing it.
Okay, I immediately rushed to where he was, picked up one of these daggers, and I inspect it very closely.
So you're gonna do an investigation on it?
Yes. I got 15 plus. Sorry, I didn't get the final. It's 19. Final was 19.
You understand immediately that this used to be those mishmash tied together daggers that he made out of the fangs of fallen spiders. But it is now a perfectly crafted dagger with the one you've picked up particularly seems to have poisonous attributes to it.
I immediately look at the half. I look at Angus. I'm like, what is this? Why is it so well made?
I'm going to say I made these. I just was showing them.
There's
to...
no way I can believe it. You made them in the first place.
I'm gonna use my persuasion to say I made these. These were the ones that I made. Don't you remember?
Don't you mean deception? Your deception. Why would you try to hide these from me?
These were the ones that I
How
made.
did this happen?
It's just a force of habit. When people run up to me,
You made them. I don't see how I can believe that, because the first time you made them, they were so poorly made they could fall apart at any moment you used them.
No.
Why
It
don't
was
you guys do
an
check?
illusion. I'm gonna do. What am I rolling for?
Contestant of charismas.
Right, I have to do like a perception check.
Okay.
Against
Another
his
perception. Deception.
against his deception, yeah, because he's trying to lie to you.
Got it. Oof. Okay. I rolled an 8.
I got 13.
Darn.
You know for a fact that he must be lying.
I'd like to learn that you're trying to lie to me, Halfling. Trying to lie to me. Try to hide these weapons from me.
Why on earth?
How did this happen?
Why on earth would I hide these from you? I mean,
now my character, their goal has very suspicious and distrustful towards Angus. No longer trusts him as much.
You should have trusted me to begin with. I'm not gonna.
No, I mean I trusted everyone to a certain amount, but now I just distrust you very, very much because you just attempted to hide these and you lied to my face.
How about I persuade you that it's
Stop trying to get your way out of this.
I'm gonna get my way out of this one way or another, baby.
You can't keep persuading me. I literally lied to me once. How would I believe you the second time?
Because I'm gonna use an inspiration point. That's why.
Inspiration point. Really?
Yep. I'm going to say the same exact thing, but with more emphasis with my inspiration point. Can I do that, Dungeon Master, please?
What are you saying that you lied to me? What? I only use an inspiration point.
You could use it.
Yes!
You attempt to decipher what's happening here. Okay.
We've seen this go down. Alright. That's it. We roll an advantage.
Alright, so.
That's right, you
Both of
both
us.
roll at advantage.
I was just going to work.
Baby, guess what? Guess what? You
What?
little halfway. I got a natural 20 on my second roll.
Alright, well, I got a 17. Hopefully, I got another 20. I got a 19. Darn, I was so close!
I got a natural 20. I see through your blatant lies. I get you more angry because you just try to lie to me again.
I'm gonna use another inspiration point to say once again the exact same thing for a third time.
No, you should be able to do that.
I'm gonna call it here. Where he's already thoroughly like this. You can't do it again.
Incredibly angry right now that this little halfling tried to hide these weapons and blatantly lied in his face twice.
Can you please stop shouting? You're hurting my ears.
Sorry. He is thoroughly angry with this halfling and does not trust him at all anymore. No trust for this little halfling.
No trust.
And I looked at Samantha with a very angry expression, like, I asked her, where did he get these? How did this happen? Why are they so perfect?
And when you look, when you turn to ask her these questions, you see that her and her shop are gone.
What? You try to hide from me? Answer my questions! Come back here, Samantha! I'm not done with you. And I'm definitely not done with you, Halfling.
It's fine.
They like me. Dare try to cross their goal.
This isn't crossing you.
You literally liked my face twice. And try to hide these things from me.
Yeah. Just to my things. Now, where are you gonna try stealing them?
Steal? Oh, that's your thing. I don't steal.
Yeah, you do. If it like
You are
means.
evil. It's possible you would.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I won't. I don't just steal your stuff. I don't want those daggers. I'm all about magic and knowledge.
Yeah, they're magical daggers.
Not really. They're just, I guess, you know, they came from spiders' fangs, so they already had those effects on them. They're just, you know, more refined so they don't fall apart. The fact
But
that you
what
just
if
try
the
to hide
refinement
these
itself is magical? Wouldn't you want it?
The what? The what itself is magical?
I said, but what if it's because the refinement itself you deem magical, so...
That's what I want to question. Like, how did it become like this? Like, because if I was there and I saw this chest, I'd like, how did that do that? How did that happen, Samantha? Tell me. I'd like press her so much on that. How was that able to come back just by putting it in there? What sort of chest do you have? She's gone. I didn't know what happened. I didn't see a thing, so I don't know how it became like that. That's what I want to know. He's hiding this from me. This process. He lied to me twice.
I lied to you twice. Well, I lied to you once, but I repeated it.
You lied to my face twice. So I'm saying you lied to me, and then you try to lie again when you lied again.
So are you gonna tell him about how you got these daggers?
Maybe I'll put a little more trust in you if you tell me how this happened.
How about I say, look, she just... I don't necessarily know how she made them. She just put them in her chest and then pulled out some daggers.
Can I try to do an Arcana check to see if there's anything I can remember about this magic item, this magic chest?
You can attempt to.
Right, 1d20 coming up. I got. They got a.
Alright, you have never heard of any kind of chest that might be able to do such a thing, and but you discern that because you are in a place that is indeed itself magical beyond anything you've ever seen, that it might be because there's something you've never encountered before. Maybe it's like a chest that only exists in the tower, or maybe it is the tower, or you're not quite sure, but you discern it must be a beat simply because this is a kind of magic that doesn't exist outside of the tower itself.
I suddenly just feel a little bit of frustration, but also excitement. It's like, I never seen it, well, never heard of anything like this. There's that kind of thing exists here. I've read through so many books, so many tomes, and not once have I heard of anything like this. This unknown magic here.
Did he have
power? Yes.
Did he have any? Did he have any books about Merle?
Yes, there's plenty of books about Merle.
What do you remember about Merle?
So I guess I'll use a history check to recall that.
Can I do a history check? Wait, I failed the first time. Can I do a history check just in case?
Alright, my final is 22. I got a good roll on that one too, Dan.
Alright, you know that Merle is basically renowned for being the most powerful wizard of all time, but also that he once was in charge of it. A group of evil magic users, dogs, wizards, basically any kind of being that had like represent this group, and all the most powerful of them were once kind of like this team, and he did together they did some of the most powerful things, like they defeated powerful beings and
they did many great things.
And such.
Were they terrible things?
They did basically no, not terrible things. They did many great heroic deeds.
Oh, okay.
They were always doing good. They were always trying to better the world, it seems.
Andrew.
I'm getting yelled at. Hold on.
Nope. Well, I'll wait for that to come back.
Such power awaits their door. Their God shall know all what lies in here. Power. I don't know where the heck Samantha went. She just disappeared as soon as I went off the hinge. What happened? I think he just...
Alright, I'm back.
We didn't add anything since you
Oh,
left.
but continue.
Let's see.
Terribly wonderful things.
No, not terribly wonderful things. Wonderfully good things.
Yeah.
Like, you know, trying to better the world and help people. And they created... They studied some of the most powerful items, like magical items in existence, and, you know, basically all accomplishments in the early ages of, like, all the big stuff that was done by them.
Got
They
it.
saved the world, and by, you know, combining their magic together, and they did a lot of very important historical things until eventually, the order fell apart. You don't really know why, just that, like, you've never found anything that says why they kind of broke up. But
It's like the Beatles. The magical
it's
Beatles.
like the Beatles. But that some of them left, and eventually all of them disbanded. And Merle, like, the wizards still did, like, stuff in, or I say, like, the people still did magical stuff on their own, but some of them were good, some of them stayed good, some of them turned bad, and, you know, they all had different paths afterwards. But you don't really know what happened to them.
I ask.
And then, eventually, you don't know how Merle died, you just know that he died a long time ago.
He died a long time ago. Why would Merle make such a tower? And why is it filled with so unknown magic? I don't even think he would know any of this, perhaps.
Why is it filled with soap?
I have...
Tower,
Soap what?
can we get a room filled entirely with soap? I just scream at the top of my lungs to the sky.
Yes, with a spider and forest around us.
I want to get a room filled with soap. Just the soap room. Can there be a ninth door? And it just got a bar of soap.
In the, let's see, a tiny door, like a door as big as the palm of your hand appears in front of you, just kind of floating in the air.
Can I open the door?
Oh, it's a tiny room filled with
You
soap.
open the door. Behind the door is a room that is just big enough for a single bar of soap.
Well, technically you didn't fill your request.
Can I
It's a room filled with soap.
keep the soap door?
So, you wanna keep
The door doesn't move. It's fixed in that point in space. You can open and close it, and that's all you can do with
I
it.
want to open and close it repeatedly. It's the only thing I can do with it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna really.
You open and close the door repeatedly, and every time you open it, you see the same bar of soap sitting there.
I want to use my mage hand. I haven't used it at all. I want to use my mage hand to grab that bar of soap and throw it at him.
Wish granted.
It's a spectral floating hand appears at a point you choose within range 30 feet away from you if you pass the spell again.
Yeah, I've got an idea of it. Your mage hand appears, as he's opening and closing the door, you use your mage hand to grab the bar of soap and throw it at him. There's no piece of a bar of soap in the room. It's an empty room now.
Gasp! Does the door disappear?
No, it's there still.
Alright, well,
Tyler, please get rid of the door.
And the door disappears.
I'm gonna
Thank
keep
you.
the soap, I guess. And have another bar of soap. Okay.
I got an idea. Why don't you put some soap in his mouth? Make him blur.
I didn't say anything.
That's not what you said. Your actions alone make I just need some way to punish you for your idiocy.
Don't worry.
You like a soap punch
You're
so
not-
much,
you're
why don't
not-
you just eat it?
You're not punished soap. I have a plan for all of this soap.
I'm gonna put the soap in your mouth.
You, all of a sudden, as you're saying this, Angus, soap suds appear in your mouth, and your mouth is now full of soap suds.
Oh.
I start laughing. Yes, very good. Yes.
And as you laugh at him, there are also soap suds in your mouth.
Ah, God, you tell.
Oh no, you're gonna get kicked out again. I say gargling with soap.
And then just like that, the suds are gone.
Okay.
Disgusting.
All right.
It was not a disgusting tasting soap. It actually tasted quite pleasant.
It was pleasant soap. I feel like my mouth is thoroughly clean.
You suspect if you were in an anime, it would sparkle.
Ooh.
Ding, ding.
Oh, you could put glitter in the soap.
That doesn't sound very good. That sounds
No,
awful.
it doesn't
It's
sound very
everywhere.
good. I wanna replace all of the soaps in Theragal's bathroom with a glittery soap. I say under my breath so Theragal can't hear me.
I do a perception check to see if I hear him. Can I? Let's see.
He can do a sneak versus your perception.
Ah.
Oh my gosh, stealth? Okay. Can I get an advantage because I'm naturally stealthy?
Alright,
You
I got
always get an advantage because you have stealth. You have advantage on stealth.
Oh
So-
yeah.
My final roll is 17.
I rolled 14. I rolled a 19.
Alright,
That was
he
my
isn't
higher
here,
roll.
And there's no like response that you can tell, but you know in your heart of hearts that the soap in his bathroom is now very glittery.
It's gonna have like glitter in it. Oh, I should have specified that like the inside, the core of the soap is just a glitter bomb. Oh, okay, but we'll find out later.
You suspect it might be the case, but you're not sure.
Okay, I'm not sure.
Well, now that we're done with the soap fiasco, I was gonna say that I maybe have a couple of theories of why this tower was created.
Got it, I say as I fill my water skin from the river.
Well, my first theory is, seeing as El Nero was a part of this group that did good for the good of the people, my first question is, why would he create this tower? Perhaps to store these magical items? To ward off to keep evil contained within,
Maybe
or
it
perhaps
was.
to attract evil within, to trap it. Because naturally, of course, most evil people would seek the power within the Infinity Tower.
Yeah,
and
that's why you're
explore it
here.
And then die within its tower.
But maybe.
Yes, but I'm different.
But maybe. What if the Infinity Tower was created so everybody would have a place to live in the event something happened and the world ends? Because
Why is it so deadly?
well, Samantha's living in here just fine.
She's not really living. She didn't even know if she had a home. She's just very questioning her existence there when you mentioned it.
How about... What if Merle wanted to live here?
He's dead, and he only visited every so often. If he wanted to live here, he would have stayed here.
That is true. But do you stay in your house all the time?
I would imagine he would stay in here. This is literally an entire world. This isn't no house. It's an entire infinite world of magic beyond my comprehension so far.
Why don't you attempt to comprehend it?
That's what I'm...
Do you want to do a comprehension roll? You see me with like a D20 on the dirt.
I kick dirt in his eyes. That's what I do. I kick dirt in the halfling's eyes.
I throw a D20 at you.
The wind, a sudden gust of wind blows, and all of the dirt gets blown away from his eyes.
My eyes are immune. Oh, better yet, can my eyelashes slap the dirt out of the air? I want to use my eyelashes to deflect dirt back into Thragal's eyes.
Doesn't make sense.
The wind blows the dirt a little bit away, and then the dirt just settles back onto the ground.
All right. Can we do a comprehension roll?
You want me to see if I can comprehend everything that's going on?
Yeah.
Can I do that? Will you get me do this? I feel like this either, if I get a good roll, I would either do good for me or do very bad for me. Because I feel like either way, I'd be messed up by whatever I'm trying to comprehend.
Can we both do?
I will allow you to attempt a comprehension roll.
Alright, I guess I'll try it then. Let's see what I get. Come on!
We both think really hard.
Well,
You won't
make
believe
this-
me, guys.
What?
You won't believe. I got a natural 20. I'm comprehending as much as I can!
Does Thragal's head explode? I rolled a 14.
So you're trying to comprehend the entirety of the tower?
Yeah.
Is that what's happening here?
The entirety of the tower. We want to know everything.
Attempting to come up with a way to do the next part of this.
It's like just for a second, I get it, then I just forget it.
No, you rolled a natural 20. You successfully comprehended the tower.
You successfully comprehended the tower, alright. For a moment, suddenly all of the knowledge of everything this tower is, why it was built, all of it flows into your brain, and your brain feels as if it's about to explode, and you now feel like you have a choice to make. You either get to understand all of it and take the risks that takes, or take the risks of what might come with it, or you can let it pass through you and forget it all.
I think he's gonna take those risks.
New information.
This is what Thragal is! I take the risks!
I need you. If you're really gonna do this, I need you to make a constitution saving throw.
Another 20, baby!
If you fail, you might die. From Angus's perspective, you're just thinking really hard, and then suddenly your head just pops like acne, and Angus is like, "Oh, I won't comprehend you." Sorry.
I get another 20. Come on, give me a 20. Give me 1, 2.
Wait,
What did you get?
I got another 20.
you're just rolling so many 20s.
Baby.
You comprehend.
You rolled a natural 20.
Yeah.
We're just having revelations.
Yes. What happens next? Tell me.
So, let me get this straight. You got 20. You got a 20 to thoroughly understand everything this tower is, and then immediately rolled a 20 to save your brain from exploding from the knowledge.
I know it sounds impossible, but it worked.
The universe has spoken.
I'm just screaming in pain. What happens after this? What happens as I just did that?
Okay, let me figure
Yeah,
out.
this is gonna
Oh
be
my
one heck of a ride.
From Angus's perspective, you have now passed out on the ground, and but from your perspective, you are in an infinite void.
Grimbo's there
And-
screaming as well.
Where am I? Wait, I would know where I am. I understand everything about this place.
Before
I know, I
you
hate
see materialize around you this grand castle. You're standing in a huge room in what you assume must be a grand castle, because now you have knowledge of everything that is from this tower. And so you know in your heart of hearts you're standing in a grand castle.
Yes, I know.
And at a table,
I know why I'm here.
at a huge round table, you see a meeting of so many beings. You see wizards and warlocks and druids and people of all races, all doing grand magical acts at this table. And you see, at this table, you see who you know to be Merle.
Is he a dwarf?
I know where I am, but yet I don't, because I don't. No, this I have surpassed
And-
the person who controls.
This vision of Merle that you see, he turns and he looks in your direction, and you think, and you're like, oh my gosh, wow, the Merle is looking at me.
You
And then
fangirl a little bit.
Through you walks a being that you know to be an angel.
Oh,
And she approaches the gathering of these beings, and she says, so what are we going to do now? And you see that one of her wings is missing and the other one seems to be destroyed beyond repair. It's just ripped, like part of it's like missing. It's what's left of it is just like in tatters and awful looking. And
You're just having this godly vision.
you just see into you like that. Everything just collapsed on the ground, probably dead.
Are you like sleep talking?
no, he's completely unconscious.
Okay.
You think he might be dead.
He must have said, can I do a medicine roll?
Go ahead.
Trying to check his pulse. I rolled a 7 total.
You don't feel his pulse, but you can see that he's breathing.
Uh-oh. Okay.
So you know he must at least be alive, but he seems dead to the world.
Alright, he's in a
So
coma.
can I continue with my
Yes,
godly
continue.
vision here?
Yes.
Ah!
And and Merle responds to her and he says, "Well, there's only one thing I can think of now. I only have one solution." And he conjures up an image of a tower, and it seems to be like a normal looking tower, just like a normal wizardy tower. And he says, "I'm calling it the Infinity Tower." And he says, inside of it, we'll use what's left of our we'll use what we can of our magic to make this tower, and inside of it is where you'll stay and guard them. And she says, "Well, if it's all we can do," he says, "don't worry, it's called the Infinity Tower for a reason. You'll have full domain in here. You can use your abilities to create all that you can in here to protect them." And she says, "Well, it sounds like our best bet now." And then the scene around you melts away.
What's the angel look like?
What does the angel look like?
Yes.
You, as much as you comprehend what you're seeing her from behind, so you just see her destroyed wings. She seems like a warrior. She's got like armor and stuff on, and she's got long flowing blonde hair, but you can't see the front of her.
No, another blonde person. It's not Samantha. Samantha's a brunette.
What do you expect? Huh?
It's not Samantha. Samantha's a brunette. Sorry.
Hold on. And the scene around you changes, and you are now in the middle of the forest, the redwood forest, and you recognize it to be the area where you entered the tower, and you see the largest redwood tree, the one that you entered the tower. But you don't see the door that you know to be there during your time, and you see the wizards, and you see all the magical beings, and you see the angel there, and Miles says, "Well, this is it, guys." And around the tree, they've drawn this huge, kind of like there's a circle with like insignias inside it, and they're all standing around it in their own little circles attached to it. And at the basically a one standing beside Merle and her own circle is the angel, and they begin pouring vast amount of magic into this tree. And before you, the tree grows even bigger than it had been before, and the door appears, and they're chanting, and all of them are doing their own kind of way of putting their own magic into this what you know to be the Infinity Tower. And when they're done, all of them seem to be thoroughly exhausted, and the angel turns to Merle and she says, "Thank you." And then she turns to the rest of them. She says, "Thank you all. Now we may have a chance. I hope that this will work. Thanks to you. Hopefully the kind of tragedies that took place, you see her now, the front of her, and she seems almost as if she would be perfect, except if it weren't for the fact that she seems like she's seen lots of battle. She's covered in scars, and she's mostly there except for the that she's missing the one wing, and her wings are damaged and stuff. And she goes to the tower and she enters through it, and you see that she is holding the 8 stones that you had seen. Was it 8? Yeah, it was 8.
It was 8.
The stones, I'm sorry, I blanked on the number there. The stones that you had seen emblazoned above the doors that you, when you were in the door room. And they are just emanating power. And she enters through the door, and the door closes and becomes hidden again. And Morel says, all we can do now is take the secret of the tower with us to our graves, and prevent the others from finding it. So you now know, you can basically now know that the tower was built to hide this angel and these stones.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm guessing these stones
I know
aren't
so
what's
much.
at the top, though. Because whatever's at the top is
There
probably
wasn't
more
better than the
dangerous
door.
than the stones.
And
What I suspect at the top is most likely the angel.
so I'm trying to think what else I can do here to, because you have rolled a 20 to fully comprehend the tower, and this is
fully comprehend.
difficult to explain through the flashbacks. You flashback even farther than your first flashback, and you see.
Is it Merle as a baby? Are we gonna get Merle's whole life story?
Oh no! You see Merle in this grand hall filled with the amount of wizards and warlocks and things that you had seen before. There's even more. This hall is filled with them, and it's just like they're all emanating great power. There's like beings of every race, and he's they're all seem to be working together peacefully, doing their own, they're in like groups, working on their own projects and things. And you see some of them have broken off from most of the others, and they have like this kind of like they're laying out a plan, and they're like, we're gonna get them for ourselves, and then we'll be the most powerful beings in the universe, right? Because if they can, create everything with them, then if we got them, we could do anything we wanted. And then the scene changes, and you see a great battle between magical beings and other magical beings, like they're fighting amongst each other, with the angels on the side of one, and you see a wizard who has obtained. He's holding all 8 of the stones, and he's
they're like infinity stones.
He's proclaiming, I shall be the ruler of the universe now. And as he proclaims this, he is completely overwhelmed with power, and he goes completely insane and starts bursting. These bursts of power come from him, and he starts destroying everything around him until eventually he kind of just explodes in a burst of raw power and is gone. And as soon as he is gone, another comes to take his place and grabs the stones for themselves, and they seem to be all trying to claim the power of these magical items, and they can't, as much as they try. It seems that there's no way to contain it, and that's when an angel swoops in, and manages to snag them from the one holding them, but she gets caught in the blast of his own destruction, and one of her wings is blown off, and part of the other is, and you see the angels are retreating to the heavens, and she attempts to follow, but she can't because her wings have been blown apart, and she's helpless. She's trapped on Earth, and the wizards and beings by her side protect her, and they guard her as those who've turned against them attempt to take the power for themselves. And the scene changes, and you are surrounded by light. And in the light comes the angel, and she looks at you and speaks to you now, and she says, "Now do you understand? Do you see now why this tower is here?"
Yes, I understand everything now.
I bet you want to take the power for yourself, don't you?
But that won't stop me. I hope you know that.
Knowing it will lead to your own destruction, you would still try to take these stones?
Well, he is a celestial.
I have my own reasonings. I am a descendant of the gods, just as you are. That's why you reacted negatively, seeing how I was an outcasted celestial. No wonder you're so angry. Making rubble fall on my head.
You claim that another wishes to take the power of these stones for themselves. Will you give it to them?
Them? You mean the Dragonborn? No. He doesn't deserve such power. He'll most likely destroy himself in the process anyway. I plan other things with these stones. I will not simply just take their power. I will understand their power. Learn about it.
She says, "I can tell you all about their power. These are the stones of creation. All of them combined are what our Creator, our God, bestowed upon us the powers of creation. But He bestowed upon the earth the power to use parts of the powers of creation. He split it up into many pieces so that they might handle it and use it to better themselves. And for a time it worked fine, until those who were power hungry decided to try and steal it all for themselves. It led only to great ruin and destruction."
I have plans for these stones. Perhaps I shall combine them all into one powerful stone.
The one stone to rule them all. Is this the story of Sauron?
Yes.
Is this going to be Sauron's tower when we're done?
Put them all into one stone, and I shall take that stone.
Am I going to become...
We'll see what happens. If I perish, then I perish. If
Am I
take
gonna become
the power,
Schmeagol?
The power is mine. I shall challenge the gods themselves. Of course, not my patron, of course. I serve them.
He isn't a god, he's a demon.
A demon, whatever. I do.
We'll see what you are able to do. And with that, the scene around you fades away, and you hear her voice, and she says, "Only those who can prove themselves worthy will be able to find the stones."
Is it like Milner?
And everything fades away, and suddenly the world is dark again. Angus, anything you want to do to for Theragal, who's...
I'm going to pour water on his head.
Alright.
I have some river water.
Alright.
Is it like the water
me.
in Sweden? Is it potable?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
It's pure water.
It's pure water. It's just hydrogen and oxygen slapped together. I can tell this. Can I comprehend?
Hydrogen and oxygen slapped together? Oh my goodness. I can't remember what that's a reference to. I can't remember. I just don't remember what the reference is to. Alright. Theragal, you wake up to the world again, and your head is soaking wet.
So, sorry, you were wigging out there, like having a stroke.
Yes, I know.
What did you see? Did you comprehend successfully, or did you just die?
No, I didn't see anything. I simply just fell unconscious. It seems I was not able to handle all the knowledge.
Are you gonna lie to me?
You lied to me. How is that just you?
That's true, but you have to do a deception roll.
How would I need to try to deceive you? I fell unconscious. You don't know what happened.
Exactly.
You don't know if I'm lying to you. I can just say, hey, I didn't see nothing. I just fell unconscious because I literally try to comprehend the infinite power that is the Infinity Tower.
Alright.
Do I have to roll deception?
Yes.
Alright, well guess what?
Advantage.
Yes.
Alright. I want to use my inspiration point. No.
Well, I got my final is 21.
Oh, really? What's with you and all these 20s?
Well, because I got 17 and plus 4 deception, which is 21.
I rolled a 3,
That's
so
my
I'm like, okay.
Well, I don't even know this knowledge. You probably his brain
And,
will probably explode.
As you make this lie to Angus, a branch snaps above you and falls on your head.
Cursed angel.
What?
He's a fool! I scream at the tower, he's a fool! He could not possibly understand. He nearly killed me.
Oh, no I didn't. When did I ever nearly kill you?
Very many times. You killed me with your idiocy. And you gave me an aneurysm. Stupidity.
Well, maybe that's what you deserve. Because you're just so smart, capable of comprehending things out of nowhere, apparently.
You don't know that. You just saw I fell unconscious.
And as you sit here arguing amongst each other, another branch falls on Theragal's head.
I don't know, as evidenced by the tower hitting you with sticks repeatedly, I think you did comprehend something. And you mentioned something about an angel.
You've seen how much it doesn't like me. Yes, I'm a celestial. What about angels? Of course I know what angels are. If anything, I'm very closely related to them.
I doubt you're closely related to an angel.
I am. Just because I was outcast doesn't mean I wasn't related.
I think you're more like
celestial.
I think you're more like a demigod.
Whatever. Well, let's
But you're
be on
green.
Halfling. What?
Angels aren't green.
Well, I'm wearing an ace mirror. I didn't pick an ace mirror little tag or whatever, little face portrait because I don't know. They don't look right for Theragal. Imagine he's not like he doesn't look exactly like that.
You have white hair. I know. I have an idea what you look like. You
have white hair, purple skin, and yellow eyes.
Oh, you're purple.
Yes, I'm purple.
Angels aren't purple.
I've seen for the picture for the very ace mirror, like when it shows the race, their skin was purple. Like I'm purple then.
I love being purple.
Yeah, and I have yellow eyes and white hair. So yeah, so I'm like, well, shall we be on our way then? Still with this spider blight.
I guess so. Is our horse still here?
Yes, it lasts for 24 hours, and it hasn't been that long.
Right.
Alright, we hop on the horse. I'm now even more determined.
You have this look of unbridled determination about you. Are you sure there isn't something you want to tell me?
Yes, I'm very sure.
Okay.
You say that as you're attempting to mount your horse, you slip and the ground beneath you suddenly becomes slippery mud, and you slip as you're mounting your horse.
I just simply sigh and just try to get back on my horse.
You mount your horse successfully, But there's in the mud beneath you, there's a little drawing of an angel.
Hmm. I look at
I
it.
immediately stretch it out with my horse's hooves.
I look at it and I look at.
She's just a little trot with his front hooves and it smashes it and it's gone.
I look at.
Angus sees the horse stamping out the mud that didn't used to be there.
Yeah, that's just a pile. That's just a puddle of mud that just appeared out of nowhere on this
His
lush,
hoof's got all
grassy
dirty, so
floor.
Just trying to get it off of him.
Alright.
Stamping them in more mud, apparently.
No, I don't know what this horse thinks.
Okay. I'm gonna get on the horse, I guess.
I can probably speak to the Tower of Celestial since I know what it is now. So at least Angus will know what I'm saying to it.
I can ask it to translate
the tower
it.
would like that.
That is true.
Yeah, the tower doesn't really speak to you. Besides, I don't think there's a way you can actually understand what the Celestial. Maybe, I don't know.
I can ask it to translate it to halfling.
Look, let's just get on the horse and continue down the river to destroy the spider bite that plagues these lands.
Let's get on the horse with my newfound things.
Oh, I forgot to mention, you also now fully comprehend that Samantha and the angel are one and the same.
Of course. So now I know what the role plays. I figured out. I told her in her face I would figure out what your role is, and I did. But you don't know that, Angus. You don't know.
I don't know.
You know DM just said it.
Oh, I should have taken off my headphones for her to say that.
Yeah. Oh, whatever. It's done. It's done.
Fine.
You just can't bring up anything about it. Like you know it. You can't actually use this information that you have.
No, I can't.
Well, yeah, I can. That means I know all this stuff about the tower. I know how to get the stones, how to be worthy, what I need to do. I understand it all.
Yeah, but you'll never be worthy. What am I talking about?
I'm just
You know, in
saying this to
your heart of
myself.
hearts, the only way to prove to the tower that you are worthy is to prove that you are pure of heart.
We'll see.
I'm pure of heart.
Now,
I'm chaotic neutral.
Cure this. This to cure this land of the spider blight.
All right.
We continue. We gallop down. We go on the river so we avoid the spider webs, and we gallop down the river towards the direction that Samantha gave us.
So you're gonna head downriver then?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I feel like things between me and Samantha might be a little more hostile now. More passive aggressive. So she knows what I know, and I know what she knows, so we're probably gonna have to be like fucking glaring at each other the whole time. I don't think I'm gonna get any good deals from her anytime soon.
I don't think you're a member of Sam's Club anymore.
I lost my membership.
You lost your.
Sorry, I lost your membership.
You lost your membership card?
Yeah,
it disappeared from your pocket. She had handed you both small cards where she just drew on it that said Samantha's Club membership, and now yours has vanished.
No, whatever. Cool. So I'll get by without you.
Okay.
Nah, your card's still there, which you find surprising, but it's there.
I want.
Like, well, I'm thinking this to myself. I suppose she is an angel. I guess they're very forgiving.
I'm gonna do a perception check to see what's around us exactly as we're like.
As we're galloping down this river.
As we're.
Oh, we cut off there. What happened? I think disconnected his mic on accident.
Probably.
To make sure that we're not getting snuck up upon by any horrible spiders. I mean, there might be.
This should make the adventure a lot more interesting. Hopefully.
Now that you know everything about the tower. So basically, it's gonna start, like, more stuff about the tower will come to you in waves when you need it.
Yes.
Or
Like
maybe
a few-
sometimes at inopportune moments that will make you pass out.
Make you pass
Oh.
it. It is both a blessing and a
Knowledge is
curse. Yeah, you
Like at
didn't.
times where I find it. I
It
think
can't
when
all
your
come
friends
to
are
you
like,
at once, so it's gonna come to you in bits and phases as,
Like,
as it goes.
Is he gonna
But
have
you
to
got,
do-
like, the main stuff?
Is he gonna have to
Right.
do a constitution roll every time when he passes out?
when I try to like
Yes.
remember.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, well, like I can use this knowledge. Like if we're like stuck, I can then use this knowledge. Like, what do we do here? What does this tower block? But then I guess I have a
so
chance
you're-
of passing out.
So you're
No, I'm not doing it
gonna
right now.
try
I'm not
and
doing it.
investigate around you guys, just see
Yeah.
to make sure you're not being crept up on by spiders. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that is what I am going to do as we are riding down, and Theragal is blissfully, like, kind of stewing in his own
I'm
head.
just focused in my thoughts. Yeah, just thinking to myself. What I should do.
Alright. I rolled 14 on perception.
You see no spiders along the tree line, or beyond the tree line, or on the beach line, or
What
anything.
what
You
about-
see no spiders.
In the river. Is there anything in particular in the river?
I was gonna say, you don't see any spiders in the river either. You don't see any spiders walking on water, basically.
But I was wondering if there's like
There are
anything in
spiders
the
that can do
river.
that. There are spiders that can walk on water.
Yeah, but you don't see any. Oh,
That's
if there's anything in the river, you see more of those crystal clump things.
Ooh, I can mine more crystals.
Yeah.
But I doubt Theragal's gonna want us to stop.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. If you fall off, I'm not stopping.
Hmm.
I won't know you fell off. All I know, I'm just focused on my thoughts. If you fell off, I wouldn't know. I just keep going.
Alright.
Um,
Ooh, can I do...
So I'm taking a moment here.
Heading down the river.
Ooh. Actually, if it's alright with you guys, can we end it here? Because I have to do something Friday.
That's what I do.
Oh, yeah, this is fine.
Yeah.
It is Friday.
Well, it is now. I'm sorry for cutting
Yeah,
the
'cause
adventure a little
that's
short. Yeah.
No, that's fine.
all
I was
good.
like, what am I gonna have them do next? Is the thing.
Alright, then I guess we'll have it ready for tomorrow.
Or whenever.
Or whatever time. Yeah.
We don't want to
Things
rush.
have become a lot more interesting now.
Yeah, now that you guys are gonna have,
Now,
that one of you guys is gonna have
now that
knowledge on
Theragal
things all the
has
time.
managed to comprehend the tower, do a comprehension roll.
You're
you managed to pull
Jesus.
that off.
I'm just like you. I don't know how I did that. That was so great.
the
so
universe spoke.
I was like, see,
You're
what was gonna
flabbergasted.
happen was you were either going to succeed at fully comprehending the tower by rolling natural 20s,
Or
or you
die.
were going to, your head was basically, your brain was just gonna overload and you were just gonna fall dead.
Or then I took the risks and I got it. So either natural 20 or death.
Or death.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that
Oh
would
God,
have
that
been
was so lucky.
that would have been hilarious from Angus's point of view. You just like, and then your head pops like a tomato.
No, it wouldn't have like popped or anything.
I
His
just thought it was
brain
still brain
basically
dead.
would have overloaded, so he just would have collapsed
brain
and
dead.
been dead instantly.
Ooh, could I have done CPR on him?
No, I'd be dead. My
Nope.
brain had really ceased to function.
His brain would just be unusable anymore.
I guess
And he would have had to come in as another character.
I'll take everything out of his inventory.
Well, no, and this should make the game a lot more interesting now. That's what I think. What
Yeah,
do you
this is
think, guys?
definitely gonna be interesting.
I know so much more than I should.
You
No,
broke
can't
the
believe you
fourth
did
wall. You looked into the source
You
code.
allowed- Look, this happened because you allowed it to happen. You just didn't expect me to get so lucky.
That's true.
You thought,
I did.
you thought I would die.
I didn't have to let you make the check.
But you did. And because you thought it was so impossible. You thought I'd die, and you're like, well, I guess you gotta make me character. But boom, natural 20! And I'm like, heck yeah, I get to know all this stuff. And you're like, I didn't actually plan for this.
Chris with all of the good rolls today.
I mean, I had most of the story, like all of that, like written out already. But I had to come up with a way to give you infinite knowledge of the infinite tower. Basically, because you rolled a 22, you specified to completely comprehend the tower. So, you now have complete comprehension of the tower.
Just what I wanted, too. That's what I wanted when I came here. I wanted to understand everything that this tower and the power it holds, and now I do. But now I have a new mission.
Now that you completely understand everything about the tower, your mission is done. Wouldn't you be like...
No, I understand all the stuff in here, and now I have a new mission.
To actually get the stuff.
To obtain the power of the stones.
I mean, I may understand all this stuff, but I don't have any power. I have all the knowledge of this place, but I don't have any of the power. Not yet. I mean, of course, it's not like we're coming great handy for things.
It will, but those stones trying to hold on to, trying to use all of their power, that's gonna...
We need to make some form of special gauntlet.
Look, if Sergio can comprehend the Infinity Tower, I'm sure he can find a way to harness the power of all the stones.
Just comprehend the tower by just thinking about it.
Like the knowledge just flowed into me. That's how I was so focused. Like I was doing like some sort of arcana thing, like trying to comprehend everything. It just flowed into me. It was like I opened my mind so much, it just like a black hole.
Oh, what would you do if you just sucked the tower into your brain and then we're just standing in an empty field with Samantha?
He's like, what just happened? So, well, it seems that I have become the tower.
She would have been thoroughly angry. If
Well,
you
you can't do
became the
anything.
tower, you would no longer be able to do anything outside of the tower, though.
Yeah, I have become the tower. None of us have power anymore. The tower is inside me. We can do nothing. We just float in this void forever. So it's Samantha House, like, you're an angel, huh? Oh, I'm a celestial myself.
She would slap you.
Wait, no, like, the tower's just...
from across the void where you are, huh?
No, the tower's just in your head. We're like standing in like the forest where the tower was outside of. I stick my hand.
No, because everything in the tower would get sucked into his head, and you are in the tower. Therefore, you would be in the tower in his head.
Oh wait,
The tower would just cease to exist.
Oh my gosh, I can ask to leave, and he just throws me up.
No, you can't. No, you can't. You can't leave. It's just gone. We're floating in a void forever.
If you were to leave the tower, you would just walk out of the tower and be in Chris's head. And you would be in Theragal's head, and you would just be, that's it. There would be no more.
Can I control the tower within my head? I mean, it won't do anything for me, obviously, but I guess if there's people in there somehow.
But you, it's in your head.
It's just like, we're just gonna play now.
Just implode.
Just implode and create a black hole.
I like the idea that we're just, it all just goes in my head, and I like the idea we're just floating in a void, and nothing's happening. And I'm just, well, it seems I've taken the whole entirety of the Infinity Tower within me. How about that, Samantha? And I just looked towards her. But you didn't expect that, now did you? At least you don't have to worry about someone getting those stones now. They're all in my head.
They don't exist anymore.
The power of the stones and the Infinity Tower inside of your head would make your head explode, though. Your head might be able to comprehend the tower, but that doesn't mean it can contain the tower.
That means I'd probably destroy the world like that. It would explode into the void. All the power contained into one single compressed point, which is my head, all the infinite power. That would probably cause another universe to be born.
He just made there are all attempts to come. There are all attempts to comprehend, and it just becomes the new universe.
I'd be creator of a universe. So it ended my life.
Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with us for this session. This was a particularly interesting one.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of
Filled with great
unexpected things
moves.
happened. I never should have let you make that check, but what's done is done.
Chris has like a thing about like ruining campaigns. He did that with me, where he like killed one of the baddies' like minions, and the minion basically just told us the whole story behind everything. Like he's done this twice now.
Doing crazy rolls, like, hey, tell me what's going on. And he's like, I'm sorry, Robot was resisting me so much, but I kept getting good rolls, but he couldn't no choice, because he was letting me do this. He let it happen, thinking, oh, well, there's no way he can get it. It's like, he's gonna get a crappy roll, but guess what? I got it. And then he was like, damn, he started to hate that skull. He seriously did.
He kept getting in my way as a DM.
I got you. Yeah, the DM has no power for me. I'm not the DM.
It's been great.
Alright.
We're gonna call it here, though. Thanks for joining us. Please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow on Twitter and my Tumblr. Mors and Razolio on each of them. And
Bye.
The greatest thing is that you let it happen. This is all your choice. You said no.
I can't believe you've done this.